guys, it's Danny Davis here. I've been doing a fair bit of work with the touch football specialised athletes lately, and my good mate Peter, who's 10 years old, who is also a non-verbal, has said her first word, "I want noodles, please." So I'm here today to surprise her with a pack of noodles. Hello, Peter! I heard someone wants noodles. I was thinking maybe we could make some together.
Her first sentence was, "I want noodles," and went to the cupboard and pulled out noodles and said, "I want noodles." That's what she obviously had for dinner that night. It was just, wasn't expecting that to be her first sentence.
Awesome to see how involved all the touch football specialised athletes get. I mean, when I first met her, we were a little bit standoffish together, and then I'd come down to the Burleigh Bears, which is around the corner from my house, where they run a touch football specialised program. Right. And I'd see her each week, and she'd get excited to see me, I'd get excited to see her. So it's just cool watching that sort of journey, I guess. It's been really fun.
Just a reminder, Hyperactive Merchandising, which is located behind the south side of the stadium, they're currently selling umbrellas and spray jackets and have specials on event tees and polos. Once again, they have specials on umbrellas and spray jackets and have specials on event tees and polos. Hyperactive Merchandising will be closing at lunchtime. Head down to the south side of the grandstand. Michael will give you a great deal. Hyperactive Merchandising. Closing at lunchtime.
Last one, stay up!
referees are urgently paging Lachlan Bradley. Lachlan Bradley, please make your way back to the referee's area immediately. Lachlan Bradley. Players and referees ready.
And welcome at CX Stadium here in Coffs Harbour, and it's finals day, and we have a semi-final about to get underway here on Field 1. It's in the mixed open, South Queensland Sharks versus the Sydney Rebels. Tristan Manners with me, and special guest, TFA CEO Jamie O'Connor. Jamie, welcome to the box.
Yeah, thanks guys. First time in. Looking forward to it. This is going to be a cracking game, by the way. But yeah, no, looking forward to taking some questions and talk about the sport while we sort of watch this one unfold.
Yeah, so huge game. So plenty of time to send your questions in for Jamie as well. Hashtag NTL 2019 if you want to send through a question or a question on the game here as well, or anything NTL related. And it's the Sydney Rebels. Tristan, talk us through both these sides here, mate. A 1v4 semi-final here on Field 1.
Mate, I'm really excited. I've been shaking all morning waiting for this game. So this is last year's grand final. We got the Sharks. They got some new faces from last year. There's one that will feature heavily throughout the game. We've got Scotty Prince over there, far side link, working really hard. But obviously the Rebels, they've set the flavour over probably the last 5-6 years regarding mixed touch in the country. Probably the best mixed touch team in the world. And they've brought in some really, really good names, obviously. We got Kirsty Wakely, and we got the awesome coach Manu Wakely out there. But, look for Luggy. We got Mitch Brown there, number 4 on this side. They got Louis Trays all the way from Wales playing in their team. So this is going to be an awesome game.
So Rebels with the tap off and underway. Mitch Brown drifting out now. So let's see how the Rebels go. First set of attack here. And they'll be looking to make a really strong early start. Strong Sharks side. They're up in defence early here, the Sharks, looking to put pressure on. Prince there.
Great lift off the line, mate. Look how far out they are.
Yeah, nice touch there from Prince as well. Just staggers them off a little bit. Chan's on the field as well. DeMario with the ball now.
Look at him, 2 hands on the ball. He's not going to put his hand out. It must be wet, man.
And a penalty given, quick tap as well.
Yeah,
looks to get
touch.
Underneath. I think the referee, is she happy? No. Jeez, they make it nervous. They make it nervous, Jamie, when they start moving back like that. But touch made.
Yeah, I thought she was going to rule down there. It's close.
There we go. Same setup again.
So Brown, DeMario and Chan, they work together a lot. Chan fires it out to Brown, comes off the left foot. Nice left to right onto the right-hand edge, well handled. They just reset, but the Sharks box are really happy with the defence there. Nice strong touch from Prince. Chan, they'd look to go on the short, so turn it back on the inside. Beautiful defence on the covering through the middle.
Mate, he's Terminator. Look at him at the moment. He's so fit. He's been working so hard out there, Rowdy. I think he's got bigger arms than Peter Norman.
Oh, mate, we called him during the rounds. Biggest arms like legs. And he's coming up out of the line now again. Let's see if they test him. He's still up there trying to shut it down. They get on the outside. Can he beat diving effort?
Missed him.
Yeah, didn't get it. So it's the opening touchdown to the Sydney Rebels. The opening try, I should say. And they just exploited there. Look to kick out. Mitch Brown gets the opening try for the Rebels.
Mate, that's intelligence there. Like these Rebels, they're quite happy to set up and let the defence push out. Rowdy just working too hard there through the middle. He's probably got to pair up a little bit with the middle that's back in the pocket. But yeah, 1-0 to the Rebels. No surprises there.
So Sharks now, let's see how they go with their first possession. And Prince on the ball. Stevie Loudett out there as well. Definitely one to watch in this match, Steve Loudett, former Queensland Men's Open player. He's played plenty of mixed football as well as Prince sweeps around the back, comes off the left foot. Looks like he got that one down. I think he's pretty happy. And Scotty Prince, they hit straight back. She's 1-1.
Looked like he was letting them know there too, Jamie. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's looking fit too, Prince, isn't he? He's running really nicely, heading up to a World Cup. And what's that, 3 or 4 touches they've had the ball for 30 seconds they score. So, yeah, nice comeback, nice hit back from him.
Mate, I love tries, mate. Love them.
Tries and meat pies, isn't that what you said yesterday?
Hey, blue skies
Blue
and meat
skies
pies.
and meat pies.
Yeah. It's a bit overcast with wet grass today, mate.
We'll still be having pies, though, that's for sure.
So there goes little Louis Trays there with the ball. So he's, probably like we said yesterday, great footwork. Knows how to score an awesome quickie. And Manu working with him.
Gets low there, touch made. So this is the first injection that we've seen. Wakely onto the field as well. I called his name a lot yesterday in the last round games, quarterfinals as well. Throws left to right. Chan jinx as well. Can he get on the outside? He doesn't. So touch made. Sharks hold out in that set.
Awesome touch, Riley Bovang over there. He's one of the young guys, first time playing at this level of the game, and he's loving it.
So Loudett driving forward. More through the middle here. So they come into their substitution box as Thomas throws the ball. It's got hands, has it? Yeah.
Mate, that was awesome. Shanahan working really, really hard. She's a great winger, mate. Plays a lot of touch footy as well. So putting pressure on, almost made the touch and forced the error. We're going to see her doing that a lot throughout this game.
So Hadwin here now. Moves into the middle of the field. They'll just take easy meters going up here. Oh, ball down.
Oh.
Yeah, so slippery conditions. A bit of rain overnight. It's overcast again. There was an early morning shower as well here, so they're going to have to get used to that. But we actually saw the South Queensland Sharks when they were warming up, just throwing the ball along the ground, trying to get a little bit of dew on there and get it on their hands. But it still shows how slippery it is out there.
Mate, you'll see Kaya featuring late throughout the game. So he's actually Remus Gentle's nephew.
Ah.
So full of footwork, mate. The guy can play.
Chan, he's into the in-goal area. But
Got
big touch there. So your man, as you just mentioned, he's also got it in defence as well. Had to make that touch. It was looking dangerous.
Mate, he might be big like his uncle, but he is agile, man. He's got footwork. You wait till later in the game when he can use it.
So it's Michelle Evans now. Nice ball. Just
Good
takes the
pass,
extra
Michelle.
metres. An extra 10, 12 metres there for the Sharks down the sideline. So,
Mate, there's an obvious ploy there by the Rebels wingers to try and pick that pass off early. So really good read by Sharks.
Princey here comes off the left foot, flicks on the inside. Ball down there.
Yeah, Marama Thomas, looking for that switch. So she's featured in the Titans women's program last year, Premiership, Elite 8. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So, yeah, while we've got Jamie here in the box, CEO of Touch Football Australia, we've got a few questions to ask you, mate.
Fire away.
We have the viewers firing them in.
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent. So, first question we have for you, mate. How successful do you think NTLs has been so far this weekend?
Yeah, we've got a little way to go. Obviously, just sort of starting finals day now. But yeah, no, all in all, it's been a pretty good event. I think, we made some changes to the format. Removal of Elite 8 has had a bit of an impact here, and a World Cup year too. So we expected team numbers to be down. They're above what we projected they'd be, but certainly down on last year. But, the weather's held off until today. We've got a little bit of rainy weather hanging around this morning, which is a little annoying. But, mate, I think all in all, the event's gone off really nicely. We've got a little way to go before we get through today and see what finals look like. But it made so far so good.
Excellent, mate. So you were with Queensland Touch for a wee while. Do you have a soft spot for the Queensland teams here at NTLs?
I've got a soft spot for all of them, obviously. So New South Wales, born and bred, came out in Newcastle.
Ah, boom.
So mate, I've got a soft spot for the Hunter Western Hornets.
I was going to say, there we go.
My wife played women's 40s this year for the first time. She loved the experience. I've kept an eye on how the Hornets have gone. But yeah, look, I've got a soft spot for a few of them. It's with no Elite 8, first time without the Elite 8, but had a real soft spot for the men's Cowboys team. I like the culture and the way they go about business. Phil Geimer's a great coach and has really sort of set the standard around that Elite 8 and what's now the Premiership, which will kick off shortly. But yeah, I've got a soft spot for quite a few other teams, to be fair.
Mate, sounds really good. And obviously we've been calling throughout the weekend. There's been a bit of noise going on. How have you found the new stadium that's been going up so far?
Look, new stadium, it's got a little way to go. Obviously, we're sort of not quite through the rebuild. Bit of heavy contact there, ball down. We're not quite through the rebuild of the stadium, but what we're seeing so far is fantastic. The facilities that the referees have now got an opportunity to utilise is first class for them, and they're really comfortable there. So I think once we sort of build out the rest of the stadium and see what that looks like this time next year, I think it's going to be a fantastic facility for us. We're here for another 4 years, first year of a 4-year agreement, so we're here until 2022. So I think what the event will provide is going to be unreal for our participants over the course of the next few years.
Cool, mate. Sounds good. We just had a question come through from our viewers at home. Here we got Luke Hickendorf. Heck, he wants to know what's for lunch, Jamie.
Oh, please. That's my favourite question at the office. Thanks to Luke for that one. I've taken that one with me from my Queensland Touch days. First thing in the morning, what's for lunch? Pizza Hut, of course. We'll get the delivery from the local Pizza Hut franchisee here in Coffs Harbour, and we'll get a couple of boxes of pizza delivered over.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So back to action here. As the Rebels, we're locked up. It's one try apiece. Brown fires a nice left to right. Good scramble. Now, did she get her on the boot there? The Rebels play a little bit of communication here between the referees.
Yeah,
Six
great touch.
So, yeah, just clipped on the boot. I think it was Sonda there, Tristan, that might have thought that the touch was missed, so she carried on, put the ball down. Right thing to do as well.
Far side, Carly Walsh.
Carly Walsh.
There we go. But yeah, Marley Phillips, you got to be awesome to beat her, man. She lightning.
So changes here now for the Sharks. And it's...
Riley Bovang up there. Yep, Louder out of half.
Yeah, here he goes off his left foot. So he's just looking to try to get a penalty here, but Chan holds his line. And 6 touch, so really filling each other out so far. It's only 1 try piece, but it's probably what was to be expected from this match. Nice tight tussle here between the two heavyweights in the mixed open division.
Yeah, you'll see both teams happy to just run subsets for every attacking turnover, get to the box, get some fresh legs on. So you only have to really win your minute in those kind of situations. You're not out there for too much longer than maybe 60 or 90 seconds. So
Demaria now with the ball. Goes short, turned over within the 7 metre line. The penalty coming as well. Forward pass there from the Rebels.
Awesome, Jamie. Just wondering, what's the feedback we've had on the new rules that have been trialled here at NTL so far?
Feedback so far so good. I think that leading into the NTLs, there was a lot of chatter around the community about what the changes would do to the game. Mm-hmm. The whole intent of the rule changes was simply to bring the rule book up to speed with what the current game is being played as. So we're not asking the referees, we're actually taking lead from the way the referees are interpreting our old rules and putting that in play. So they've done a phenomenal job for us in leading the way that the game should be played with a great sense of the action that's taken place in front of them and ruling what they see and what they think is in the best interest of the flow of the game. So we've just simply changed the rule book to align to the way the game's played. So I haven't seen too much, and a lot of the conversations I've had around the grounds over the last few days with players, coaches and referees alike has been that there's been no significant change to the way the sport's been played. So we'll watch that over the next 12 months though, with great long ball there. Yeah, so we'll watch that over the course of the next 12 months and just see, because obviously with a new set of rules like this, you're going to see the offence change at some point in time once they catch up with the way that the game is now being refereed and being played. And then defence will catch up, and that's been the nature of our sport or any sport for a long period of time. So, we'll keep an eye on it. I think we need to be better over the course of the next number of years, that we don't leave it so long this time around to change the rules. We haven't touched the rule book for nearly 20 years.
Yeah, correct.
So different trends of the game creep in, and we need to adjust the rule book along the way. We'll look to be a little bit more proactive over the course of the next few years in how we manage that.
Sounds good, mate. What were some of the significant changes, you reckon?
I think probably the way that it's written, so we've got the 7 metres, obviously at the moment, or what it has been historically, has been no more than 5, but referees have really been getting teams back 7, 8, if not 9 metres, particularly when you get to the really elite end of the game, we're stretching out to 8 or 9 metres. So changing that and giving the referees a reference point, particularly with the 7 metre zone now, where the 5 metre line is now 7 metres, to give the referees a reference point there. I think that's going to be one of the most significant. And just cleaning up, there's a lot of inconsistency around the touch community with the drop-off rule, so just tidying up what drop-off looks like nationally right across the board. So a little tidy up around that. But for the most part, a little bit of terminology, going back to what the game was 50 years ago when it was created, was born out of rugby league, and we've gone back to our roots with the terminology. So touchdowns now a try, and try lines now, score lines now a try line. So, just altering some of the terminology and bringing it back to what the community still uses, and going back to our rugby league roots a little bit with the rules. Yeah.
Awesome, mate. Sounds good.
So we're back to the action here, and still the two teams, they can't be separated. It's 1-1, and it's been really back and forth at the moment, but no one's been able to crack the attacking line as Michelle Evans makes a strong roll ball there. Substitutions now onto the field. Dylan Jennings, the big number 2. Here he goes into half, feeds it to Prince. Prince comes off the left foot. And nice strong defence there from the Rebels. So, yeah, they haven't really been able to create many opportunities either. So it's been strong defence so far has been the tone for both sides.
Mate, I'd be looking for the Sharks team to turn around and run a direct set and just go straight through the middle of the field and try to get a pick or a penalty at the back of it. At the moment, sub-box to sub-box, they're sort of getting the 5th touch, maybe 15, 20 metres out from the line, and it's just not enough.
And Demario now just kicks out away from Jennings, turns back into Chan. Chan goes down, Demario in the half again. That's 5th touch. So they've just had to reset. Not much going on here. Jennings, strong touch, shuts it down. So again, they can't crack the line, the Rebels.
Yeah, there we go. As we see Scotty taking his time to get the ball. Having a look at the clock. Yep, dry the hands. Hey, just game management for him.
Yeah, it's a real grind out there at the moment. Would you say that it's the wetter conditions as well that are having a bit of an effect on this match?
Mate, I find finals footy as well, you know, the risk. People are sometimes worried to give it a crack in case they're the ones that make a mistake. We can go through the whole tournament saying, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. We get to the final and I go, hey, Scotty, you have a go. Yeah, you have a go. So hopefully we see, there we go, out of back of the hand.
Got 2-on-1 here. Oh, ball just dipped down, went through the legs. But a real big chance there for Sharks Gornbegging.
There we go. Nice out back of the hand by Kaya there. That's the kind of stuff we're going to need to see from him.
Hey, Tristan, a question for you, actually. I'm going to return the favour here.
Excellent.
Do you think the conditions change? Obviously, it changes for men's and women's, but does it change differently for mixed, do you find?
Look, I find they can. So in mixed touch, we talk about the mismatch. You know, we believe that you've got a guy out there, and if he's got a girl in front of him, there's more opportunity. And in doing that, you'll find the defence, like the first touchdown there, we had Rowdy push all the way across to protect his girls, and he ended up actually creating an opportunity for them to score.
Sure.
So you get the really intelligent coaches like Manu, mixed specialists. He's got Peter Walters in his box, and they are mixed through and through. And they spend the whole course of their careers trying to figure out mixed touch and looking for those mismatches.
Yeah, sure.
And then you go back to like the All-Stars game we had at the start of the year, and I was very lucky to have Ash Quinlan and Henny and Faith Nathan and girls that, you can't tell me there's a mismatch on the field with those ladies out there.
Absolutely.
So we could just pretty much play touch footy. So I
sure.
think it comes back to the type of athlete that you're willing to select in your team.
Yeah, awesome.
And if you've got, as New Zealand, when they were successful, the early 2000s with their mixed open program, strong, fit, tough woman, and there's no way I'd want to take them on a touch field. So it comes back to the balance of your players and the kind of coach you have around.
Yeah, awesome.
So Chung there just driving it forward. It's Prince again in half. Now he goes away from Chung, comes back to Hadwin's side, but he's in the in-goal area. Can he get it down? Hadwin, he does.
Got him.
Yes, it's been Prince. He's been their main man for the Sharkies. Sets up another one there, so they've taken the lead here, South Queensland 2-1.
Yeah, and there was just a little bit of experience on inexperience there. So, like we said yesterday, the Rebels tend to push and hold their subs back, and they just brought a sub on, 5 minutes to go. Scotty identified it, took him on the short side, mate. Really good play.
He's pumped too, Prince. Can't tell me it doesn't mean anything to him.
I tell you, mate, this guy's been working on his mixed touch for the last 6 months, mate. He's really looking forward to the World Cup. He'll actually be playing with a lot of the guys in the Rebels team.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So Wakely now, let's see what the master has. Comes off the left foot. Nice ball out to Chung. Chan, I should say.
Mate, Channy's awesome.
Channy. But Wakely here, does he get underneath? He tries to have a little dive himself. Hadwin and Jennings there. Shutting that one down. So fifth touch here for the Rebels.
Louis Trays.
Switches in, Chan.
Ooh.
Nice defence there. Jennings again. It's been strong in defence, the big fella.
Yeah, mate. Channy, we saw him score the match-winning touchdown last year. A try it last year.
It was a touchdown last year, to be fair. Yeah.
It was a
this year it's a try. Yeah.
We've been saying it's been taking us so long because it's always been a try. Like you said, at Park Footy, it was always a try. And I always got wrapped. It's a touchdown now. It's a touchdown now. We're switching back, but it's tries, mate. It's always been tries.
Chris Chung. Oh, he had an awesome ruck out of the box there. Made 15 metres. Probably need a little bit more ball control there.
So the Rebels here, defending champs, still down by 1. Plenty of time left. We're under 3 minutes until the first half break. And Brown.
Nice shell.
One of the danger men as well for the Rebels, just throwing the ball around. He moves into half now. Loudit's in front of him, throws left to right, and well covered there. So they haven't really been able to ask many questions of the Sharks' defence over the last sort of 5 or so minutes.
Mate, both of these teams are sporting girls with a wealth of experience across women's touch and mixed touch. Far side winger Paige Marquis was part of the very successful West Tigers Premiership team in the first NRL Premiership last year. So lots of experience out there. Talking about the Premiership, Jamie? Yeah, well, we've brought it up.
Mate, what a segue.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, seamless. No, mate, really excited. We kicked off with the Premiership last year in a snapshot format, to be honest. And then, this year we expand. We take in the Warriors and we bring in the Roosters as well, which will be an Alliance State team, which will be really exciting for us. So 8 teams, 52 games, 13 odd stadiums or whatever it is from Auckland to Townsville to the Gold Coast to Adelaide and Mudgee. We go regional when the Dragons take on the Knights. we'll have the Eels and the Knights out there at Mudgee as a prelude. So, taking the game away, and then Adelaide, really important for us to be able to get into those Alliance states, and the Roosters game there, and the alliance between the Roosters and SA will give us a chance to go there. So, kicks off April 6th. Looking forward to next week. We'll announce teams. So squads will be finalised over the course of this weekend. We'll announce teams, and I'm looking forward to next week announcing a major announcement around our broadcast partner.
I'm excited.
And we've got KO already on board there, and we're excited about the opportunity for our community to be able to watch live and on demand games on KO. So and you pick up the whole heap of different sports. So 50 sports across the KO platform, $25 a month. There's a special going on around at the moment. So encourage all of our people to jump into that, and as I say, for $25 a month, you get to watch all the sports, NRL, AFL, the golf if that's what you want, NBA, but then also you get to watch the touch live. So jump into KO, and there's a link around our socials. So jump into that and support the product that's going to support us, the platform that's going to support us.
Sounds awesome, mate. I'm signing up.
Oh, I don't work for KO, but do yourself a favour and get KO. Unbelievable. Split screen, T. Watch 4 things at once. Unbelievable. The missus, not happy with the KO subscription, but if you love sport, sign up to KO. Unbelievable. So little chance there in that last set there for the Sharks. Lad, it couldn't connect up with Prince. It's Brown now. The referees are happy that Hadwin got back on side. So nice. The Hooters not too far away from going. I think the Sharks are just going to kill it, and they do. And they are going to go into the halftime break here. 2 tries up. No, it's 2-1, I should say. So a 1-try deficit. They are leading the South Queensland Sharks, but getting really tight, tough battle in that first half between the Sharks and Rebels.
Yeah, mate, it's been an awesome game of footy. The Sharks, I look at players like Michelle Evans. She's been just eating the metres there for her team, pushing past the sub-box, using her experience. She's played Queensland and Australia as well. The Sharks are missing Graham Clancy. He's down in the box in a moon boot at the moment. So I'm sure he'll help at half-time, but the Rebels, all they need is a half-time break. Come together, talk about the Sharks, and I expect to see a different team in the second half.
So the defending champions, they've got a real battle on their hands here with the Sharks. They're down by 1, and we'll be back with the second half very shortly.
Boom.
And we're back here, CX Stadium, mixed open semi-final between South Queensland Sharks and the Sydney Rebels. The Sharks leading this one 2-1 at the moment. And another tough battle ahead in the second half here, you feel? It's going to be a tight game at the end of it, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, mate. You know, the conditions haven't contributed that much to the game. Maybe the guys aren't passing the ball as much as they should. They're looking to go short and tight. It's probably the defenders running backwards that get a bit caught up. Can't change direction as quickly. The opportunity to slip over, you know, can make a big difference. So, mate, like I said, I love mixed touch, and I'm really excited.
So you mentioned,
in for a cracking second half.
Oh, yeah, mate, it's on.
But you mentioned when we were just off air there, some of the messages that the Rebels coaching staff were going to say, mate. Talk us through them. What do you think?
Oh, look, I just think they're probably going to tighten it up, and I can see that they're shooting early in that first touch or second touch as they're coming out of the half. I think they're going to pull that back now because Sharks are making 2 easier metres through the midfield. So I think there'll be a little change there in their midfield defence, trying to stop Sharks getting to the line. If they can keep these agile young guys off the line, then the game will be all over. So, yeah, Rebels will probably push, same thing as we said the other day. They have tap-off defence. They'll push a 4-2 here. So 4 people lift for the first touch, 2 people try to pick up the second one, and trying to give the Sharks maybe 1 or 2 on the line. But Scotty's set up in right link. We know he can chuck a massive right to left pass. And Kai just sort of relaying instructions, old tricky versus tricky.
Right, so that's what's coming out of the Rebels coaching box. 2-1 for the Sharks. What are the Sharks saying?
Oh, well, I reckon Clancy was down there. They're probably going to be looking, Mitch Brown has thrown how many left to right passes now? So I reckon I'll be telling that winger out on that far side to stay out. Page has been really good, so has Marley Phillips so far. It's got to be all defensive instructions from the Sharks. They can score touchdowns, they've got to stop them.
Yeah, sure.
So Jennings driving in now. Kai goes into half. Prince comes off the left foot, feeds it back. Good defence here from the Rebels. They hold them out. Do they get underneath? Touch made. Chan. Almost created something out of nothing there, the Sharkies.
Tricky.
Yeah, nice footwork, nice ball work as well. Prince switches back in. Kaya dishes out. Jennings still alive here, still dancing here. Jennings, can he create something out of nothing? Looks to go the link ball. Marama Thomas, and almost got a little prize at the end of that one.
Mate, when you work a defence over like that in the first 30 seconds of the half, they've still got 20 minutes to go. So it's a good way to stuff the defence.
So let's watch the Rebels come out of their end here. Fires the long ball out. And we have a question here on social media coming through to Jamie. So how has the link between the NRL benefited touch footy in this country? I just missed the back end of that one, but we'll pop that question back up in a second. As the Rebels here, big looping, spiralling pass there. A ball down at the end of it. I might get it. Sorry, it must have been touched by a Sharks player, or have we got a penalty here to Manu? Looks like it might be a penalty.
Got a penalty, yep.
So 6 more touches coming to the Rebels.
There we go, Louis, Trays and Manu. Here comes a nice static setup.
So Wakely, he's going to get the ball back, Let's see what he does. Goes on the inside, Hadwin, slaps the hands. It was right in front of him, and he saw the try line down the other end. But ball down, couldn't grab it.
Mate, Kyle's actually played with the Titans in the Elite 8 a few years back, and then he broke his leg and has been out of the game.
So here's our question. How has the link between the NRL benefited touch footy in this country, and is there an intentional link with rugby league internationally, as touch was born out of rugby league, yet in some countries, England for example, it is run by national rugby union bodies?
Yes, I'll start with the first part, as far as how it's benefited the touch from our relationship with NRL. We're based at Rugby League Central, have been now for the last past 15 months or so, 18 months. I think the NRL Touch Premiership's the first indicator, the amount of support that we're getting out of the what is now 8 NRL clubs, and being able to utilise their IP and their stadiums and the support that they're giving us through their NRL club to be able to run NRL Touch Premiership is one. And the benefit of what that gives us is it allows us to profile our athletes and profile our sport, which drives participation. When you look at what our participation trend looked like, if you go back 5 or 6 years, at a junior level was sort of flatlining, and there was not a great deal of growth, and there was almost a slight decline. And from the date that we merged in with through a partnership with the NRL, our junior growth has been trending at about 5 or 6% year on year. So we're one of the strongest and fastest growing junior sports there is, and there's no other mechanism for that or any other evidence to suggest that it's anything other than the link to the NRL and the IP and the additional profile that that's given our sport. So, you know, as a small snapshot, and there's a whole range of benefits. There's some financial benefit that comes from our partnership with the NRL as well. And commercially, from a partnership point of view, we're a much stronger value proposition for sponsors such as, you know, Pizza Hut and Couriers Please, who are our new partners and have come on board across this weekend. And the link in with the NRL gives us some greater credibility than what we've probably had previously.
So Rebels here still can't crack it. It's 2-1. So the score remains the same from the half-time break. No one's been able to crack each other's defensive lines at the moment, but Brown's back on the field, just straightens up the point of attack. And they're working through the middle again. Plenty of chat from the box there. Stevie Loudett knows what the touch count is. It was last touch. He gets his hands on the ball, takes it straight away, and the Sharks are straight back on the attack.
And then the second part of that question, Scotty, as far as what it can do for us internationally, I personally think, and organisationally, we think there's some great opportunity.
Oh, Murray Thomas might have a chance. He goes to dummy.
Ball down.
Now, hands are up in the... Oh, it's a huge chance. Had the inside support.
Unmanned inside.
Could have got that
3-1.
Marley Phillips, but chose to hold it and touch made there in the corner. So that could be a big moment in this match. They still hold the lead, though, the Sharks, and they've still got the ball. Prince comes off the left foot, goes the big dummy over the top, and Hadwin has been touched, but there's going to be a penalty here. So more pressure on the Rebels, but big chance gone begging there from South Queensland.
Mate, that was awesome. Marama created that, you know. She might have had the inside on, but she created that all on her own. So awesome footwork.
Something out of nothing, really.
Yeah.
So did well. Hadwin just dancing around. So let's see, they've still got those strike players. Prince again, he's going to get the ball now, directing traffic.
Mate, Gareth Young is so fast. Look at him, he's safe out there.
Yeah, nice defence. So Mitch Brown just coming up, putting the pressure on. Oh, they've still got touches up their sleeve here, South Queensland. They come up out of the line now, the Rebels just throws it out to the wing. There was space out there. They turn it back on the inside. There's nothing wrong with that. They pop out to Hadwin. Now Prince loses his footing. They're losing their way a little bit here, South Queensland. Nice left foot step there. Nice touch, but they might have him short on the short side. The wing is still up out of the line. Prince looks to connect with Hadwin. Hadwin throws out. They got a 2-on-1 if they can get it out to Evans. Markey grabs it in the corner. No, the referees are coming back in a position. It's a forward pass. Woo!
Tell you.
It's just, they just can't get the final execution right at the moment, South Queensland, but they've created two big chances here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, they're looking hot at the moment. They've got to keep the momentum on. Still 14 minutes to go in the half, so a long time. And the Rebels are used to pressure in these, grand final and semi-final competition conditions.
So they're not going anywhere, Rebels. You know that they can get a try really quickly and get back into this match and level it up. And it's Chan now who's going into half. DeMario, they work well together. But Jennings just comes up out of the line. I think he's probably been their best defensive player by far for South Queensland, Jennings.
Mate, Rowdy Roddy Piper, don't you worry.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Just throwing it over.
What's that got to do with anything?
Mate, Rowdy, also his nickname's Rowdy because he's the quietest dude in touch.
Right.
So, he says nothing on defence, absolutely. So Dylan Jennings is his name, but we nickname him Rowdy down in South Queensland.
And here he goes, Rowdy, just through the middle.
Yep.
How can a bloke that big be quiet? I'd be chirping all day if I looked that big.
Mate, I'd never chirp at him.
No, that's right. So Loudett, again, he's a strike player. We've mentioned him a lot as well. Kaimono comes off his left foot. Chung with the ball now. Loudett telling him where he wants him to go. Now, has he held that ball?
Yeah, good one.
Penalty here to South Queensland. So 6 more touches and more pressure on this Rebels defensive line.
Yeah, mate, Luggy came over a long way there, and the winger came over with him, so the short side was massive. He had to do something physically.
Loudett, I think he's got under. He has. Now, that's a really good effort from Stevie Loudett. The ball went behind him, managed to reel it in and get down low really quickly. And there's that 2-try buffer. 3-1 now to the Sharks.
Mate, Steve Loudett, Queensland men's open player.
Look at that
good
grab.
hands.
That's a remarkable effort to pull the ball back and then get down low at the same time and get the try. Cracker, Jamie.
Yeah, cracking try, mate. Yeah, good hands. He's been a great player. There's a number of have been, but he's been a wonderful player over time for the Sharks in Queensland, eh?
Yeah, for the Titans, the Stingrays, Definitely, mate. Knows how to play footy.
Wakely
Left to right.
to Brown. They fire it out. Great hands as well in the corner, and they hit back. So the Rebels, they're not going anywhere. That was a really good catching effort there from Jessica Shanahan in the corner. The Rebels. Oh, it's starting to heat up now.
What did we say, mate? Sharks out of the box at half-time. Mitch Brown left to right in the corner. You know, got to watch that left to right pass.
As replay
Boom.
comes up now, that's a beautiful ball, but the hands and the diving effort in the corner to finish it off. Markey just couldn't quite get there in time. Whew, 2 really good tries back-to-back there, and 3-2 Sharks.
11 to go. Might open it up now, Scotty.
Yeah, I think she might open up, Jamie. You might be right there, mate. The intensity is really picking up, and of course, if we happen to be level at the end of the match, it will go into extra time, but there's still a lot of footy to go before we get to that point. And the Sharks, they do have the lead. Prince is back onto the field. Now, Loudett stayed on as well. So he's out here in the left link. Michelle Evans now sweeping around. She's potent attacking weapon as well. Just holds the ball, resets. Look,
she's dropping Loudett out of half.
Yep, here we go. So Stevie, footwork left to right, hits Brown. And just like Hadwin down the other end, could have got his hands on that one.
He's tall, he can move, mate. He picks up intercepts in the channel all the time.
Right, another set of 6 here. Loudett sweeping around. Might have just got a little bit early, but his footwork, we know he can create something out of nothing.
He skips and dances. He's so hard to stop.
Early ball back to Loudett. Another set of 6 here.
They're probably going too far into the 7 there, mate, when they run those plays. They've got to hold it 7 metres out and make a shut target so the defence come to them. And they're creeping a bit too close, so let's see what comes out in this set.
So Murrayman Thomas, huge windmill dummy there. She's going to get it back on the short side. Looks to get on the outside now. Whew. Little chance with not much room to move down there. But again, Thomas did it earlier on as well. Almost something out of nothing there. So she's catching them napping out here on this left edge. It's Kaimona, good defence up there in the line. Screaming up out of the line to make the touch. Amy Louise Lugg.
Mate, if you're a female winger playing mixed touch, this is the game you want to watch. The wingers have been awesome. Both teams.
So Prince, back to Kaimona. Nice early ball. Great defence. Yeah, Kirsty Wakely. Again, that's that experience you're talking about in the right link position.
Not her first dance either, Scotty.
Plenty of experience.
She's awesome.
Another question here from Ben Harris at Ben Harris 84. What's the feedback been like about the 8th edition rules being used at this year's NTL?
Yeah, really simple one, actually. All the feedback has been nothing's changed. When I say that, you know, there's been some subtle changes. I was just going to mention the same thing before. Noticing because of the new 7 metre zone and any 3 penalties once the defence drops into that 7 metre zone, regardless of where the ball is in that possession, we see someone go to the back of the field until the changeover comes. So what we're noticing is we're getting teams off the line a little bit more now, and we've sort of introduced what we call reasonable pace, and the referees are using that as a trigger, and we're seeing the defensive teams come out and are forced now to come out at a quicker pace and make touches. I don't think anyone wants to see a player at the back of the field, so we're finding that's probably one of the real subtle changes in that 7 metre zone. But fundamentally, as I said earlier, the rules were designed to catch up with the way the game was being played anyway. So fundamentally, no real change has been the feedback.
So good defensive set there from the Rebels. Chan making the touch on Jennings. Now they're going to move towards their substitution box now. We've got to get some fresh legs onto the field, which is what's happening as we speak. So they're going to be in pretty good field position at the end of this set. The Rebels to have a crack at the line, see if they can level it up. It's 3-2, the Sharks leading as Brown's on the field.
Yeah, working with Christian Alonso, really good strike dumper, scores short touchdowns for this team. He knows his role really well.
Beautiful left to right again. Does she get down low, I think?
Oh, I think that's down.
The referees, they're going to back up. Yeah, that was beautiful positioning in the end. The ball just dipped down at the perfect stage. Just had to really catch it and put it down really quickly. It's exactly what she did. Great try there. Jessica Shanahan again. Look, it just falls into her lap. She's down into position already. That's really good finishing off there. And we are level 3 all, gents.
Right, that's phenomenal. Like we said earlier, we've spent a week talking about J-lines that wingers run, but in the mixed game it's a bit different. You know, these girls are catching the ball on their chest, standing on the line, turning around, dotting the ball down. She's scored 2 beautiful touchdowns today. A little bit of homework for all those mixed wingers out there.
So Loudit's on the field with Prince. He's in the half, goes away from him though. Now Prince is into the in-goal area.
Down.
Referee's
Down,
happy.
Yeah, he's behind the line.
So they hit straight back, reclaim the lead, 4-3 Sharks.
You said the game might open up a little, and I think, fatigue will set in now, Jamie.
Yeah, fatigue it has to, doesn't it? Like, it's been frantic and a lot of pressure, which, drains you. So fatigue sets in, 7 to go, game will start to open up surely.
For sure.
Too much skill amongst the group to not open up at some point in time, hey?
Correct. And we're still seeing good passes, so that, the ball might be a bit damp, but we're still seeing long balls, great catches, good touchdowns.
So Wakely's back on the field, just crabbing across, looking to get more, but the young legs have allowed it, and those lanky arms stretch out and cuts him down. But Wakely's got the ball again, pops it back on the inside of Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, they've gone out.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you? Shanahan again.
Yep.
Can you believe it? Straight back out to this left edge, and Tristan, you called it, that left to right from Brown. That's potent, and they've made him pay 3 times in a row.
3 in a row, man.
Right.
Yep, push the girl wing out there, tell the boys to be a bit more responsible. It's the way it's got to be. You can't just be screaming in.
Left to right for fun.
Yep, mate, she's killing it out there. Her positioning's awesome.
How's your left to right, Jamie?
Left to right's as good as my right to left, Scott.
So both no good?
Both no good. No, they're both solid. They're both solid. Yeah.
I thought the last time you actually tried to throw a long ball, I heard you tore your hamstring.
No, that was picking up. That was before I threw the long ball. I pick up from half and get ready to rip it, and then the hemi goes. So never got the chance to throw it.
Yeah, right. So penalty here to the Sharks. 4 all. And we're coming up. There's just over 5 minutes left in the second half. We're locked up. As we said, if she's locked up at the full-time siren, we're going to go into extra time, but still plenty of time on the clock for both of these teams to score as Prince just takes on the line himself. Touch made there. No problems. Gareth Young.
Yeah, he came a long way over there. If he's looking to dive through that space, maybe they should set up Shell to go underneath him to just keep the defenders guessing. But she's in the middle there working with the boys, so something interesting's been set up.
Here we go, sweep around the back. They might have him if he gets down low. Dive down nice and early. I think touch made again from Young. It's
the link's missed it.
3. So I think the link might have, but Gareth Young might have got there just in time. Nice diving effort.
It's a massive skill in the game, that slide dive.
Prince pops out Evans. Touch made. It's 5th. They're probably just going to concede here unless they can really create something out of nothing. They go onto that short side, but well covered in the end. So Rebels got a lot of hard work. They've got to get up the other end. You might feel the Sharks try to lift up and put some defensive pressure on the Rebels here.
It's not optional, mate. Got to keep them off the line.
So third touch now. They're working their way towards the halfway, so they've done okay so far, the Sharks, but Chan really picks the pace up. It's 5th touch now. Chan takes on Hadwin. No problems, though, for Kyle Hadwin. Keeps his line nicely, shuts that play down.
Good job, Keller. That's the one.
So Jennings now. Prince. They're going to make changes here. Been out on the park for quite a few sets. As Markey goes into half, Murray Thomas, see if she can get that footwork and come down this left edge again.
Loudit.
Chung, to Loudit. Good drive in from Chung. Loudit takes Wakely on, goes to flick on the inside to Thomas, but can't connect.
It's a good set, mate. If you're not going to score, you've got to go coast to coast. Rebels will get probably 3 more possessions in the game. Yeah, good defence start.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on here. They've got to keep it up. You know that the Rebels are going to make changes as well, so it's the time where they can turn the screws in defence. The Sharks here really stop the momentum of the Rebels. They're just coming over the halfway line now. Good touch there from Chung, slows up the roll ball as well. But back into the middle, that's nice
Alonso.
drive into the line from
Very
Alonso. Mario, he's got numbers. Man. He's also into the in-goal area. Can anyone free themselves up? There's players in the back here for the Rebels and a diving effort. The referee's happy. Wow, 2.5 to go. They've taken the lead, the Rebels. Can you believe it?
Mate, Christian Alonso, that's one of the things he does really well. Plays an awesome defensive and rucking role for the Rebels. He's been, scored touchdowns like that in very important situations a lot of times over the last few years.
That's big from the Rebels, isn't it? Like touch 4 on halfway or thereabouts and then still get the opportunity and hit the front.
Yep, here we go. Scotty Prince, it's now or never, mate. You've been in the big games before on the big fields. Let's do it.
So Princey and again, so picked up, here he goes, takes the metres, but it's Murray Thomas in the middle this time. Fake switches to Prince. Jennings comes in. Prince goes into half now. Have they got numbers out on this right edge? Great touch there on Hadwin. Again, well, Amy Lewis-Lugg, these wingers from the Rebels, been outstanding in this match. Hadwin goes into half now. He's looking to connect as the link ball. Takes the deflection and Jennings picks it up. Now, there's a little bit of talk amongst the players, but the referee points to the spot straight away, and we are level again. 5-5 Rebels and Sharks.
Look at Rowdy, mate. That's the noisiest he's been all day. Hey, look at him. There you go. Good job, Rowdy. Here we go, mate. The last team you want to play in a drop-off is the Rebels.
Another question coming through. What are you doing to support and give opportunity to keep elite athletes from Alliance States to remain in the pathways, i.e. NRL Touch Premiership?
I think, to be honest, I think the IE answers the question. You know, the NRL Touch Premiership is the critical opportunity.
Penalty here to the Sharks.
Yep. 50 seconds to go. We could be heading to a drop-off. So I think that's the critical part. And we really recognise there needs to be an opportunity for our Alliance athletes to enter the pathway, and that's the why the Premiership has expanded into an 8th team and include the Roosters, which will be predominantly open to our Alliance athletes and coaches, and there's wonderful opportunities for our referees to be able to participate across the Premiership as well from our Alliance states. So, the short answer is that's what the Premiership is there for and why the Roosters have been included. And then there's opportunity for teams to come away and play in NTLs and be ID'd from that too. So
yeah, just with 10 seconds left on the clock, that was...
We got a drop-off, baby.
Yeah, that was a chance there, the last chance there, the Sharks, but they were looking pretty tired out on their feet. Couldn't create anything. Huda goes in the background, so here we go. It's like a look into the box, and Graham Clancy on his crutches is absolutely going mental. It's 5-5 here, Sharks Rebels. Another question coming through from Mudgee Touch, one of the great affiliates that we have. What are you most looking forward to about the NRL Touch Premiership? Obviously, the game's in Mudgee, of course, home of the mighty Mud Crabs. Mudgee Mud Crabs, what a name.
Yeah, that is one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Just the expansion in our ability to take games into regional areas where, the Mudgee Mud Crabs have been a phenomenal supporter of our sport for a long period of time and do a great job out there. So to be able to take our most elite athletes out there and put them on show in those regional areas, that's certainly one of the things I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to the game stars across a longer period of time of the Premiership, being able to profile our athletes and what we can do across the broadcast product. Hopefully, we get the benefit of that over a period of time, and then we can start investing back into other areas of our sport. So certainly going out to Mudgee is one of the ones I'm looking forward to this year.
So the mixed open semi-final here, Field 1, Rebels, the defending champions, and it's South Queensland Sharks. We've been locked up 5 tries apiece at full time, so we're going into a drop-off, Tristan. For those at home that might not be aware of the drop-off rules, and particularly within mixed, talk us through what's going to happen here, mate, for this drop-off.
There's been a change-up with the drop-off rules this year. So we start with 5 players in the drop-off. So we've dropped 1 player already, and then, 2 minutes. After every 2 minutes, we have a player drop away?
Yeah, after every 2 minutes, we have a player drop away, and it drops away in an order now, specified order. We drop a male, we drop a female, we drop a male, and we just continue on until we see a winner at the end of it.
Excellent. So, can't wait. I imagine, the Rebels have played a lot of drop-offs. Like we said, there was one last year. They'll put the same team out, doing the same processes, a very process-driven team. Gareth Young was actually part of the drop-off in the 2011 World Cup that we took Manu on. And so very experienced. He's been there before, and I can see, Steve Loud, I'd have him out there in my drop-off and a tap-off as well.
Who wins?
Who wins this drop-off?
Yep.
The team that scores.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what if the other team then scores? Then who wins?
He got you.
The team that scores again.
What a fence.
Here we go.
Jennings is just trying to take him over. Can he get there? I think he is. Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Rowdy Jennings, the call is...
How noisy is that guy?
Just took it away from him. Just the space just straight up in front of him. Took him, skipped out the big pins. He has been the best on the field, I reckon, my call anyway, defensively, but scores one of the most important tries he might in his career. Look at that. Kicks out, puts the foot down, just gets on the outside. Big diving effort. Clips away as well. Gets the ball down.
The old stutter step.
But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. The Rebels have still got one chance to level this back up. If they score here, the game continues. If they don't, she's all over.
Mitch Brown over the top.
Yep. So that's been it.
Yep. Mitch
Yeah.
Brown over the
Oh,
top.
forward
Oh,
pass.
game.
There you go. Forward pass, and that is full time. The Rebels, the defending champions, have been knocked off from the team that they beat last year. South Queensland are going through to the Mixed Open Grand Final. What a game.
Mate, coach down there in the box, John Peeney, hands on his knees. I reckon he's probably crying. Honestly, it's his first time coaching ever. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's so happy.
Here he is.
Controversial way to finish it, but I reckon at first look forward, didn't it?
100%.
Yep, good call. Referees are on the spot. The on-field referee looked to the sideline official. He had his arm up, indicating the forward pass straight away. They made the call. So South Queensland are going to move through to the Mixed Open Final. A great match here against the Sydney Rebels. It's been a long time, Tristan, since the Sydney Rebels haven't featured in a Mixed Open Final at the NTL.
Oh, it's been ages, mate. I think they've been beaten by the Brisbane Cobras once in the last 6 years, maybe. But this is awesome. Sharks are in a rebuild. New coach, new team. I'm really excited for them. But at the end of the game, you would have seen Manu coming across to shake hands with a big smile on his face. Like, he's the guru, mate. He gets it. It was a glorious finish to a game with a drop-off. You know, sometimes we lose games. It's just the way footy goes.
Yeah, some way. Yeah, just happens that way. You get the advantage if you get the ball first,
Yep.
and you're starting from halfway, and away you go. And if you don't score on the return, game over.
So be it.
Yeah, so be it.
I'm excited. Hey, Sharks, here we go.
Jamie, thanks very much for joining us in that match. Thank you to the for sending their questions through as well. All the best for the rest of the tournament and for the big year ahead as well.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having us in.
Thanks, mate.
So stay tuned. There's more semi-final action coming up. We've got the Women's Open semi-finals coming up here at CX Stadium. We'll be back with that game very shortly.
See ya.
Back here at CX Stadium, it's semi-final time in the Women's Open Division, and we've got a repeat of the two teams from the mixed open game that we just had. South Queensland are going to take on the Sydney Rebels again. Swain Ravelli joins me in commentary.
Morning, Scotty.
How are you, my friend?
Mate, it's a great day. It's a miserable day in Coffs, but it's a great day on finals day.
Mate, it's going to be hot on the field. Doesn't matter if it's rain, hail or shine.
You commentate the mixed game?
We were on the mixed game, mate. Heart pumping stuff, that one. Drop off. Sharks get up on that one. And what's your thoughts on this? Is it going to be the same result in the women's?
You would think so. Sharks are heavy favourites. But look, Rebels have been the surprise packet of the Women's Open comp. Well coached, well drilled, good experience, good youth. But I'm expecting them to perform well today.
So, Women's Open semi-finals. Bulls and Scorpions in the other semi-final on field 2. We can just see that in the distance. Yep. Scorpions favourite for that one, you'd think as well?
I would say so, yeah. I think the CQ's best player, Tamika Adams, is not playing. She's injured. So, that's a big blow for CQ. So, I expect Scorps to go through pretty easily.
So it'll be the Rebels who will get us underway here with the tap. And Sharks heavily favourite. Well, you wouldn't say heavily favourite, but favourites going into this match. And as on the screen, you can see the captains of the the mixed open there. So it'll be South Queensland taking on the Mets in the finals.
Oh, down that way, yep.
Yes.
A bit of an upset over on the other field. I was over there watching.
Who'd the Mets play, mate?
Scorps,
yeah, right. So, yeah, bit of an upset there. It's been a pretty tight tussle in the mixed open division this year. Some teams knocking each other off throughout the round games and everything like that. But it's the Sharks and Mets who will play the final later on this afternoon. That'll be on the live stream, of course.
The Scorps led 3-1 and there's a momentum change and went to 3-all, 4-all, 5-all, drop off and then...
Wow.
Yep.
So 2 drop-offs in the mixed open semi-finals.
Yep.
Shows how close the battles and the teams are here at the NTL this year. Nice little crowd building as well to watch some games this afternoon. So always good, and it's always a good part of the NTL is if you unfortunately get knocked out, teams tend to hang around Swain and watch their fellow competitors and friends and support their regions if they're still in finals out here.
They have a few beverages and go to the discos.
Yes, a couple of Gatorades and get back out there and celebrate what's been no doubt a long training period over the summer months.
Yep.
They've been really disciplined and doing the hard yards. So
you tend to find that the fast food joints are packed with touch players at this time of the
God. I don't. So my tactic is never to get. So KFC is my thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I am the Colonel, but don't get do not get the Colonel in Coffs Harbour. You got to drift out first and get it on the back streets on the way out, so there's no local touch people taking all the good chicken.
That's mate. You go to KFC, Macca's, obviously Macca's.
Oh, Macca's, yes.
Yeah.
See, because that's heavily populated as well. So I steer clear of Ronnie Mac, and the Colonel he looks after me.
Yeah, as soon as the team gets you get out of the comp. That night is be 1,000 minibuses at the Colonel.
Yes,
right. It's the food of choice after Carnival.
So Rebels here, they tap off, get us underway. Let's see how South Queensland, they've been pretty impressive with their defence. Really close roll ball there to the line. Might have been a little bit too close.
Just like Trading and Grana last night, they had KFC. They just absolutely destroyed this gravy.
What, just drank the gravy, or?
Well, it may as well have. It was just like a little tub of gravy. He just destroyed it.
Disgrace. Aiken. Now, this has been one part of the Sharks game across the week that's just been super impressive, how they've been able to get up the other end of the field. And look at him here, rolling the ball on the 7. Comes off the right foot, and that's going to be the opening try. So the perfect start for South Queensland. They stick to their game plan of what's been working for them all week, and opening try.
One of the features of their game, and it's probably one of the only teams that do it regularly, just get in the middle. Work those middles over. And then with the sweeper on the end, was it Henny that scored?
Let's have a look. Yep.
Work the middles over through the midfield. They don't get a rest like they do in a subset. And then get at them with a sweep or a half run on the end of it. Great start. Look, They should have more straight down the middle. They'll go away from their box a lot, and it's a great tactic.
So Rebels here now. Slattery with the ball. Just looks to link up in the middle. They switch in, and yeah, they almost created a little something out of nothing there. Nice little switch play. Caught the Sharks napping, but dropped the ball over the line. So let's see the Sharks again. They come out to the left edge this time, and their right-hand players are working their way off the field. And now they redirect it into the middle. Nice touch there on Tony Wells. Nice footwork. They created a little overlap. Donovan fires it out to the wing. That's going to be a really close touch made. Good recovery there in the corner. Annabelle Burns, I think that made the touch there for the Rebels.
Just one of the Sharks' key strike players, Taylor Conlon, just using a footwork on fifth and last and just creating from nothing. But good recovery and second efforts by the winger for Rebels.
So a nice drive here coming out of their end as Emma Ryan, the number 10 for the Rebels, just driving it forward for her team. Getting the half, a look, nice hands there. Again, Emma Ryan. Nice ball from Sarah Doyle out to this right edge, but well contained from South Queensland. It's Bryce, Wells. They go down the right-hand side this time, so they're forever asking questions of the Rebels' defence so far early on in this match in terms of which side they come out and direct their attack coming off the line. First mistake there, ball put down from Lucia Fields, I should say. Fields. I got it wrong twice.
Yeah,
I'll
correct you, mate. Lucia.
So Rebels here, down the sideline they go. Madison Mitchell with 6. Turnover here, right on the halfway line.
Mistakes are obviously very important not to make them. I suppose it's greasy out there, the ball's slippery. You know, if the team that completes their sets.
Oh, big touch. Yeah, it bent my over there, so referees are going to set the tone pretty early, but that was a clear penalty. Ooh, we watch the replay. So play on now there. And 6 more touches to the Sharks, Aiken. Another 6 here, so just getting the hands in there. Tony Breeze.
SJ and Taryn, good combo here. They'll go short, play short stuff.
All on side.
Yep,
referee's happy there.
Yep.
Nice defence. Madison Mitchell again. So Aiken and Curtis. Let's see how they combine here. You've got Mai, who's moving into half to Aiken. Throws the ball out. Files. Oh, nice footwork and the diving finish. Referees are happy the ball was down first. That was a classy finish in the end there from Foth.
Starting off with a rooster and Taryn Aiken throws that ball straight to Lucia. The link covered, but just the footwork from Lucia and the link defender just going across and parallel to the line just allows that step inside. And the cover wasn't coming. Lucia, and with her quickness and her footwork, we created there something out of nothing. So great work, Lucia, 2-0.
And ball down here. Yep, referee's onto it.
RC sets the Rebels with roll errors. They can't, if they want to get into this game and compete, they can't make those mistakes because they'll just hand territory and possession to the Sharks. And as we've seen over the last couple of days, they're efficient, they're clinical, they run their stuff. Yeah.
So it's Abby King, the number 12 for the Sharks, just driving down. They go short. Have they gone through the middle? Touch is made. So they were taking it not pretty easy there, the Sharks, but they almost created something there through the middle. So let's see how the Rebels come out of their end here. Just going down the sideline. Nice inside ball. And held. So Emma Ryan going forward. Sarah Doyle, number 7, dishes off. She's going to come into half now, Doyle. Takes him on. Nice turn of speed there. Looks for the inside ball, but turned over again.
I'd like to see Rebel put some pressure on here. They need to shop Sharks in the midfield. they can get the ball back with a shorter field, if that makes sense, Scotty, so they don't need to go all the way from their line every set. So if they can start putting some pressure on and create some turnovers, that'll get them down the lines, because they're a good attacking team and they've got some good attacking players. They're well coached by Simon Bassett.
That's more of the same as Curtis just rolls into the line, looks to go short there. Yeah, hands on head from Aiken. Nice little soft pass. That might have been a chance for Semi-Jo Curtis.
At the moment, look, Sharks are getting to that 5 metre line on the end of their sets pretty much every time. That's a recipe for disaster.
So here we go down the sideline again. So they've looked pretty similar every time that they've had the ball, the Rebels. They just work towards their sideline, work back in towards the middle. This is better drive coming in. Again, an error on the 5th touch. So that's 3 errors in a row there for Sydney Rebels.
Still a good set. Look, Tony Breeze is driving for Balasatari, and look, she's one of their strike half runners, and they need to get her more looks like that, because she will break the line and go through.
So Abby King again, just more of the same, up through the middle. My steaming onto the ball. Look at that drive, really nice there from My Wells. Now well picked off here, and Abby King's in front to stop that intercept from going any further. So this will be the first touch coming up following the intercept. And they just come back towards their interchange box again here, the Rebels. So last few sets, they've all come down this well. Good work, but it's play on cause the call. So they take advantage of this momentum. They look to switch in now. Hewitt, the 4. Dishes back. It's Moore. Back to Hewitt. Moore again. Just trying to jink around, trying to create something out of nothing. They haven't really been able to progress forward at the moment. They've really gone nowhere, the Rebels, but they're still throwing it around. Have they created a 2-on-1 overlap? They have a little dig down the side. Got on the outside of the Sharks winger there, so it was inside coverage from Tony Wells that ended up stopping that try, but had him on the ropes in the end a little bit there, the Rebels.
Yeah, it was just back and forth and just created numbers, but Tony Wells with the cover.
So they're making changes themselves now. South Queensland, a big defensive effort. My, just driving forward. Donovan. That's better defence from the Rebels, getting up. They've only just come over there halfway line, but Aiken just streams through. They're all on side. Referees are happy. Better defensive set there from the Rebels.
More of those from Rebels.
Now they look to drive here themselves. Do they come back to their box again? It's looking like they will. 19 Summer Helen Quinn. She's in a half again now. She'll follow back up again here. Summer goes into half and dishes.
Here comes Bella. Get a good strike up for her.
Nice touch though from Donovan, but she's off and going here. Touch made, so yeah, Britt Donovan.
Good defence, Britt Donovan. Yep, showed her short side. Bella took her line, and then she just told everyone to stay out. She had it covered, so perfect defence from Britt.
Aiken, Donovan again. My coming back onto the field. She's super impressive when she comes on from that interchange box to really get the Sharks on the front foot. Nice ball out to Connell. They've created an overlap. Hawkins can't get there. Nice work. Helen Quinn in the corner with the diving touch. 5th touch now to the Sharks. Wells just puts the burner down, switches in Curtis, and they throw the ball away at the end. So they're still holding on there. It's only 2-0. The Sharks leading this one over the Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels have settled. They're into the contest. So, as I said, they just got to keep working through midfield and stopping the Sharks' flow and
This
not
isn't
causing
gonna help.
errors like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, strong touch. Now they're making substitutions. They
Yes.
should just put their foot down here
Trouble.
and go for it. And Mai's done that. They fire it out. Nice hands in the end from Draper. Takes the diving catch, but they were in big trouble there. The Rebels, they were lucky to get away with that one. So Curtis. Now it's Folds again, sweeping around. Connell's going to move into half. So they're pretty compressed in the middle here, the Sharks, as they just readjust, getting players into position. They turn back against Graham to Curtis, fires it out to Draper. Nice right foot step from Draper. They're still progressing the ball. Quick roll ball here. They've got him in trouble out here on this edge, and Hawkins, I think, has gotten the ball down. The referees are having a little bit of a chat. Now they've given it all clear, so that was just really good ball movement from the Sharks. They had them on the back foot. Nice quick roll ball here. Fires the ball out. Connell sums it up nicely. Page, Hawkins gets the ball down. Really nice constructed try from the Sharks.
Yeah, it was originally a quarterback play to the far side and was defended well by Rebels, but then the recycle ball, they pressed off and it was well read and the roll ball was clean, so they allowed second phase into the corner. So initial good defence. When you press hard and you shut hard, that's what you're open to phase play. So, you know, I would suggest it's hard to do, but you get into that spot but not make the touch and let them force on you. So it just gives you a chance for your defence to recover and push. You can push out and release on it. Therefore, the phase doesn't happen. So
as the Rebels now back on the attack, they're going to get another 6 touches here. Scodrito with the ball. She's going to get the touch count restarted. Roll ball on the 7-metre line. That's Moore, the number 8, switching back in. Hewitt driving in. So Scodrito could have gone short through the middle and they've turned it over. So they had touches up their sleeve and they've thrown that one away.
Yeah. They run that ML setup for Gemma all carnival. She's created, I don't know, the Cobras game, I think. She got 2 or 3 tries in that setup, but Sharks are a better defensive team than the Cobras were at that stage. So, yeah, look, but they should keep going to her. She's got a great sleight of hand, throws a good flat ball.
Change over here, so not happy with the roll ball, not square. So they're trying to pump their team up. We can hear some calls from the crowd and the box from the Sydney Rebels. They're going into 7 minutes left into this halftime break. They're down by 3, the Rebels, and again, it's another error. So they're just not going to get themselves back into this match unless they can cut the errors out.
They tend to need, they need the next one, Scotty. Like they're getting some shots. You know, Sharks have made a couple of errors, but they're not taking advantage of those shots on line and the errors that Sharks have made. So we don't want to get to 4 and 5.
Connell onto the field now. Look at how they come on out of the interchange box and they flow on around the back as well. Curtis, Wells, 2 danger players. Curtis again goes left to right. They've got him stretched here in the corner, but nice scramble defence in the end there from the Sydney Rebels on the left-hand edge. Now they look to shift the ball out of their end. A lot of hard work. Sharks, they're pressing up and putting pressure on. Coming out of their line, they smell blood in the water here. South Queensland on this defensive set. Now Wells just gets her feet in the ruck. There's going to be a penalty here.
Which way is it going to go? Okay.
Yep, penalty to Sydney Rebels. Tony Wells just getting tangled up a little bit, so they take the pressure off for this set.
Yeah, they need a few of those calls to go their way.
Scodrito moves into half. And Morton with the ball. Back to Doyle. Scodrito again. So let's see what can be created here. Is Doyle, she's into half. Does she go short? Nice. Ooh, they had numbers there. And Elizabeth Jackson just spilling the ball, but almost created a little overlap there, the Rebels.
Yeah, they've been running what's called a passive where they throw out the back and deep to that link outside there. If she was a bit deeper, it would have been an easy 2-on-1 and catch and pass. So it's something they should also continue to go to because it has worked for them throughout the carnival.
Look at these meters here from Taylor Connell. She's still going, Taylor Connell. Gets the ball down on the ground, so interchanges coming on for the Sharks. They're lucky that that's the case because they got a quick roll ball there off Connell. They were in all sorts of trouble, the Sydney Rebels. So can they compose themselves? Just reset here, but a penalty coming. Referee saying that they're not going forward. So Abby King now with the ball. Taryn Aikens back on the field as well. Fields will explore the short side. Hawkins gets on the outside. Another big diving effort. She's been really good. Annabelle Burns had to make the touch. Created a little 2-on-1 on the short side. Here the Sharks. King again. Filed. Mai. Throw left to right. Aiken gets the 2-on-1. Out to Ellie Draper. Another really well-constructed try. South Queensland. It's 4-0.
They've been looking for that early pass to that link off the rooster. I think the first half the first half. Early in the first half it didn't work, but it was an early ball and the link they're coming in ready to strike on that wrap, and then the ball goes straight past them. It's easy 2-on-1. Nice play from Sharks.
So the Rebels, can they get one before half-time and reduce the margin? It's 4. It's looking like a really tough ask ahead of them at the moment. Sydney Rebels, they haven't really tested the Sharks' defensive line too much, but they're in good position here, and they go short. Nice read there from Andreasen out on the right link. The Rebels again, Hewitt goes down now. Slattery looking to connect. She's in the in-goal area, just pops it out, but the winger comes inside for the Rebels and turnover.
I think Sharks do well when that half does get across. They match up well. The defenders are always tight at the attacks. It just does give the half runner many options. So not only are they good attacking team, Sharks, defensively they're spot on as well. Good policies, players stick to it.
So King shows it to a winger, but holds onto the ball. Now they're going to redirect through the middle. Wells, Connell's back on, working with King. King just drives down for Connell. They watch her go here. She just puts the head down. Referee's happy that the players got back on side. Elizabeth Hewitt making the touch, but she's danger whenever she gets the ball and a bit of clear space in front of her. Yep. Taylor Connell. My strong touch there. Referees are happy, play on. Rebels again coming towards their substitution box. Turn it back on to the inside. Annabelle Burns goes into half and dishes it again. That's Elizabeth Jackson. She's into half now, the number 5. Tony Breeze driving forward. Nice momentum coming in here. Nice inside ball. Well covered again. Taranaka making the touch. So they just take their time here. South Queensland, they're making changes as they do, so this is only 3 of them on the field at the moment. They're really happy to just take a couple of seconds off the clock there, but they've turned it over, so probably one of the first times they've made a mistake. I think they might have made one early on in the first half, but their errors have been down.
Really need to try, Scotty. Less than, minute and a half to go? Yep, minute and a half to go. They need one. Just give them that confidence.
Just running into a brick wall there, Emma Ryan.
If you look at this right inside, that link's really deep, but they're going away. Yeah, and now she pops in nice and deep.
Tony Breeze driving in. Emma Ryan again looks to connect on the outside edge, but turned over there just in front of Elizabeth Jackson.
Yeah, looking for that passive link. Right, but the winger for Sharks, Paige Hocking, she's aware. She's looking up, getting a good look at it and seeing that she needs to be up and pushing up and being aggressive, so she's in the right spot there. So
penalty here to the Sharks. So 30 seconds left on the clock. It'd be interesting to see if they put a bit of emphasis on trying to get that 5th try here in this set, or if they're happy just to wind the clock down again. But they're full of running. But another mistake here from South Queensland just before the halftime break. So the Rebels now looking a little bit flat coming out. Nice hands to hold on to that ball. Driving down the right-hand edge again. Tony Breeze using a little bit of footwork. Annabelle Burns dishes it off. The hooter goes in the background. And that will bring the first half to an end. And it's all South Queensland in this Women's Open semi-final over the Sydney Rebels. They've been really comprehensive so far in this first half. And they go to the halftime break. 4-0 up over the Sydney Rebels.
Excellent first half by Sharks. Just straight into their process. You saw in the first set, they went straight down the middle. There was a try straight away. Followed by just good, solid defence, everyone doing their job, and then just moving the ball upfield. And then they get Taryn and Taylor Connell and Lucia in good spots, and the player looking for that edge play off the rooster, throwing straight to the link and catching the link defender who wants to come up and in early. And it's worked a couple of times with a try there. So look, for Sharks, just continue to do the same. Rebels, look. Sharks made a couple of mistakes and they've had a couple of shots. They just need some quality on that line to get back in this game. So the first couple of tries are very, very important. So let's hope that Rebels can create, because they've got some good players that can do the job. So for them to get back and they just score early. So let's hope for a good second half by them.
It's all South Queensland in this Women's Open semi-final, and they lead 4-0 over Sydney Rebels. We'll be back with the second half very shortly. And we're back, as you can hear the hooter in the background, and we are back underway. Women's Open semi-final, South Queensland and the Rebels. Sharks leading this one 4-0, and they have the tap off, and they've got players in motion here, and they've got them stretched already. The Sydney Rebels well held, but good defence, good scramble defence out there. Annabelle Burns.
Yeah, sweep. Taylor Connell swept to the right, but Taryn looking to go short side and catch that winger up. Good scramble and coverage. The wingers done well for Rebels.
So here we go again. Aitken has a little bit of a dance, but they hold out first set, the Sydney Rebels. So a little positive start there from them as well. So they look to drive out of their line here. It's been really sort of consistent with them that they've come to their substitution box pretty much every set that they come off their line, Swain.
Yeah, I think so. Look, that's the structure that they've got and that they've relied on to get them this far. What you're looking for is probably some more shots on the end of them, like whether it's a half run or a sweeper, because they're doing the work to get there. It's just the Sharks are what they're throwing at Sharks at the moment. Sharks are handling. So you'd like to see a bit more creativity or some players on the end that can really test them.
So Abby King just driving forward. That's Donovan now out to Wells. Back to Donovan. Connell sniffing around the back. Here she comes. She's got the ball. Comes left foot, right foot. Takes them on. Touch made.
You can see the difference there. At the end of their set, there's a sweeper with one of their strike players coming off there. That's in the attack. That's clearly the difference for me. Rebels need to do that. You get some opportunities to score. So
throwing the ball around here, trying to get forward, but The defensive line just really heaving up its 5th touch now. They've only just gone over the halfway line here. The Sydney Rebels switch on the inside. And they've shut them down on the 10-metre line. So it won't be too long until they're back into the attacking zone of the field here, South Queensland. King again. There's 3 players up the sideline here just working together. Charlotte Graham, the right-hand winger for the Sharks, the number 16. Brought in there to do some work, get the girls going forward. Aiken back on the field. Goes right foot, goes left foot. She's into the in-goal area. Can she link up with Graham? Looking for her. Big diving effort from Graham. Now the referees are going to come back here. It's going to be a penalty. Touch and pass is the call.
It was good defence by the wing and link on that side. It just gave enough time for the chaser to get to Tara before she could pass the ball. So, but Tara just like mesmerised the defender with the footwork and turned her in and out, and it was just an easy for her to go short side. So, but yeah, the wing and link on that side just held their positions, went to their players, and just allowed the defender to get to Taryn and force her to go right to the corner where there's not many options.
So a mistake from the Rebels though, and the pressure's back on them. The Sharks, they're back on the attack. Aiken still on the field, links up with Curtis. Lucia moves in the half and just dishes. They're just taking their time here so far, the Sharks, but they pick it up a little bit now. Redraw. Curtis is directing play, moves in the half, goes against, and Lucia tries to dive under, 6th touch. So they hold their line well, the Rebels.
Yeah, it was a ML setup. Usually they give to Tara and she goes to work, but they faked to her, went back short to Lucia. The link on the open side made a good touch coming off a play as Lucia was diving line because the middle was in trouble, I'd suggest.
Penalty for a hard touch here for the Rebels, so let's see if they can take advantage, get themselves down the other end of the field. A little bit of a juggle there, but well held. Again, just coming down this sideline. Substitutions on again. It's Moore, switches in. Squadrito goes down. Now they got them on the back foot. There's a... thinks it might be a little Falcon. Just a little bit groggy there as well, so it might have come off the head from Moore. Yep. Replay coming up now.
That was a bad end of the set. They ran just a middle length dump. Squadrito on infield. They're looking for that run rate at the back again. The winger for Sharks is all over it, but it's on. I like to see that link get a bit deeper so they can have time to catch and pass.
So Sharks again, Connell. Whenever they make changes, strong players go off and more of them just come back on. As Hidarangi throws a nice ball out to Draper. Touch made. Now the referees are just coming together here. So there might be a penalty coming at least.
So the winger called the touch, so there's sorry, no, touch it is.
Touch it is, so they're happy with the call. Penalty. So another 6 touches. King with the ball. Mai's on her inside, she gets it now. A lot of pointing, a lot of talk here from the Sharks attackers. Still 4-0. They haven't opened the scoring up yet. Connell goes short. As I say that, touch made.
Nice touch, yep.
So still managing to hold so far in this second half, the Sydney Rebels. Mai cuts herself out. She's moving into half now. Just pulls it back to King. Mai literally dragging King around. And yeah, a little bit of chat there between Andreas and Mai. Maybe a little miscommunication, but the ball bounces off and they turn the ball over.
It did look like that Henny was looking to... I thought she looked like the half was going to go short side and she was going to trail on the side. Looked like she wasn't ready to get the ball then, so...
Another penalty here to the Rebels. That's handy. So they've made their substitutions now. They've got the new players onto the field. So let's see how they go with 6 touches in decent position. As Doyle just drives in. Carroll takes off from half. It's back to Morton. Morton drives in. Doyle Again, they loop one out to the left-hand side, but just dips in front, in between the Lincoln winger there, and they turn the ball over, the Rebels.
Yeah, that's their pet play. They love running. It's a ML setup. Hit it from the right-hand side, and they look to get that link nice and deep. But
Change over.
the winger for Sharks page, she pushed up and read it, so the player then wanted to throw along, but the pass just wasn't long enough to get there. So
Carroll takes the touch. Doyle gives it back to her. Talwyn Quinn just goes back on the inside, but a forward pass. So it's just coach killers. We can see the Sydney Rebels coach in the box just turn around and walk away from that one. As I look at the crowd, just looking for a little bit of extra support and some motivation. Frustrating, unfortunately, for him that they get to a semi-final and little simple errors like that turn the ball over. As Wells out to Bryce, but the Sharks have done the same as well in the last sort of 5 or so minutes. There's been errors and penalties from them as well.
I mean, it's got to look, the Rebels' defences are, obviously they addressed it at halftime because it's a lot better than it was. Attack, yeah, that still needs a bit of improvement here, but.
So Quadrito just drives it forward. Just another skill error, getting the ball out from dummy half there. It's falling apart a bit for the Rebels, unfortunately. Sharks again. Let's see if they just go through the middle third of the field. They come back out to the right-hand edge with Wells. Graham goes into half. It's Bryce now. Graham will get the ball back again, just forward as she goes. Jinks off the left foot, back to Wells and Aiken. Dancing around is Taryn Aiken. Wells drives in. Aiken goes again, comes off the right foot, looks to connect with Link, but well covered in the end. Slattery and Anya out there on the right-hand edge. Now, they're going to get the ball back here, South Queensland.
Yeah, Isabella got a touch to it.
Got a hand on that one, yeah. So another 6 touches here.
I don't think it would have been a try. The winger was in. But Bella was in the channel trying to...
Bryce takes the space, but they're going to get another penalty here. So repeat penalties. No, it was a 6 to go and another penalty, but repeat sets a 6 on their line here from Sydney Rebels. So let's see if they can hold out. They still haven't scored a try in the second half so far, South Queensland. They've just sort of lost their running game a little bit, but they're looking to pick it back up here again. They got space on the outside. Really nice diving finish in the corner there from Graham, the South Queensland winger. They get their opening try for the second half, and they push their lead out to 5 tries now.
We ain't got caught in field. I think you'd find, yeah. So if you're a wing defender and the sweeper goes away from you, if you tuck in, that's when the half will then throw the ball straight across you to go back short side. So you tend to need to go straight back, and then if the ball releases to the sweeper, then you can go up and in. If the half turns short side, you've got to get on your bike and get out. So just that movement before the roll ball causes that space to open for the attacker, and Taryn's smart enough to see it. Been in that situation plenty of times, and it's an easy pass for a try.
Penalty here to the Rebels. So 6 touches, good field position. Let's see if they can string something together here, get one on the board at least. They deserve a try. They've had a really good tournament, the Sydney Rebels. The Sharks really far too strong for them. Looks to get underneath. Touch made. Nice diving effort there from Emma Ryan. So quite compressed as well, the Sydney Rebels attack at the moment. Their left wingers quite infield at the moment. Annabelle Burns. They look to throw out to the link. She comes in, makes a good catch. Now let's see if they take on the short side. They turn it back into a middle, and they're just going to throw the ball away. So no questions to ask there from the Sydney attack.
10 to go. Well, so let's say 8 to go. So Sharks are just looking to continue to execute, go through their process, eliminate errors, and just in preparation for the final, because that's what it'll take to win it today. Rebels, look, they're playing, I suppose, not for pride, but they want to put in a good last 10 minutes so they can finish the carnival off in a positive way. They've been, I don't think many good judges would have had Rebels making the semis, so it's a great reward to get this far for them. They've played really well, knocked off some top teams. And yeah, really, as I said earlier, the surprise package. So I hope they can finish off with some good play, some nice tries to end the carnival on a good note.
Back out to their sub-box side of the field. The changes on. Tony Breeze with the ball now. That's better drive coming out of the box there from the Rebels. Slattery turns it back on the inside to Mitchell. Back to Breeze. Slattery into half. Nice running. Switches in and just couldn't hold on to the ball. A little bit better coming out of the box on that set.
Yeah, once they get some momentum, they can put stuff on the end of it. That's easy, but it's just getting there, isn't it? And if you watch the Sharks do it, they do it all the time. They have that momentum and they put some plays on the end of it, so that's why they're always dangerous. It's just
Connell. Another set of 6 coming here. Got hands on the ball there. Madison Mitchell.
Yep, that's it.
So Connell, Curtis. It's Hawkins moving into half now. So Curtis and Aiken all on the field here for the Sharks. They're just taking their time. As King drives in. Connell gets around. There's that play that we saw earlier on as well.
Yep.
They dish it out to the winger. Nice classy finish. But again, a play that we've seen already in this match. Got him a result last time. Gets him another result now.
Yep. Most times teams will run that rooster and give an early ball to the wrapper, and that's what the link's looking for. So when it's a great read by the coaching staff and the players to see, that link's trying to get that wrapper. Let's just throw the face ball straight across them before they get a chance to read it and get to their play. So once it's executed, it's an easy 2-on-1 to the corner. So
Rebels back on the attack now with Moore. It's Hewitt with the ball. Squadrito back to Hewitt. Moore turns it back on the inside. Squadrito with the ball now. Looks to take them on. They've created an overlap here. Does she get on the outside? They might have their first try. No. Touch made. Hitty make it. No, I think she's talking to the referees and saying that she didn't get it. Great honesty there from Hitty. And they get one on the board. And that's a good result there for all the effort that they've done so far in this match. And throughout the tournament, they get on the board against one of the favourites here. Women's Open semi-final. It's 5-1.
Nice play. They've run it all carnival, and Gemma's done a good job of reading the middle defender. And as soon as they pull straight on her, she just steps short side, and the link defender's going, well, do I hit? Do I stay out? All the times that I've seen, the link hits, and she just pops the ball to the wrapper, and they've scored plenty of tries that way. So nice play. So
correction on the score, 6-1. But the Sharks are leading here, and they'll be looking to get back here for that. Beautiful hands, but does she hold on to the ball? The referees are happy. My gets it down, so they return serves straight away. Nice little set play again there from South Queensland as the replay comes up. Just a beautiful line, great hands, plants it down with the left hand as well. Classy finish there from My.
Yeah, not sure she should have hit there. Scotty, what do you think? I reckon the middle was coming.
Yep.
But I'd say there's no talk, and she has to make a decision quickly. So Lucia's just too quick.
So let's see, can the Rebels get another one? They got a try on their last effort down this end of the field. So they've got a little bit more running in their game here. That's a nice ball. They're looking to still raid. The short side goes off. They're juggled right in front of the referee. Ooh, nice little bit of work there. And yeah, she managed to reclaim and pull that one in. That might have been a try there to Sydney.
It looked like she was juggling her knee, come up and knocked it out. Is that just me?
Yeah, a little replay. Nice work. Yeah, it's come off her knee, but that last stretching effort. Ooh, so close. So far there from the Rebels. And nice hands there. Holds it up, but they're just over the halfway now. The Sharks going more direct through the middle. It's fist touch, so the Rebels have done pretty good defensively this set as well. And they just throw it out in front of Paige Hawkins. Turnover. So a little bit better the last few minutes here from Sydney Rebel. They're finishing this match off in good style. So good running here. They come down the sideline, turn it back on the inside to Breeze. Juggled there from Jackson. The referee's going to say play ball infringement again. So they've turned it over the Sydney Rebels. Under 3 to go here in the Women's Open semi-final. And it's going to be the South Queensland Sharks who will progress to the final later on this afternoon. Abby King driving forward. Sammy Jo Curtis again. Aiken gets into half. Back to Curtis. Wells is looking to come around the back. She does that now. She's got the ball. Comes off the left foot. Just pops it up. And Curtis has just taken a little knock to the head here, I think. She's going to make her way off to the sideline. Might have caught one on the schnoz there. As the Rebels, they get back underway. We're 2 minutes left now on the clock. They come back to their interchange box. It's been the flavour for them in this match. Interchanges again. Nice drive now. That's good running there from Carroll. Gets him back onto the front foot. Doyle again. Nice drive in. Ryan goes into half, looks to link up. Nice ball on the outside. Just dips down in front of Annabelle Burns. Connected up with that. There might have been a little chance on the outside edge.
But, they've run that play where they want to go 4-on-3 or Rooster right to left and the Lynx in a passive position. But Paige Hockey's done a great job of getting in good spots, and they look to throw and they see Paige and they go, oh, and it just creates doubt in their mind which way they should go. And she's making him throw long, and the passes, the strength of the pass and length of pass is just not there.
And the Rover again, Aiken just skipping around the field, finds Britt Donovan running a nice line on that left link position, and a nice classy finish there again from South Queensland as we watch the replay. Just too classy, Taryn Aiken, didn't she? The footwork, the speed, and just finished it off with a beautiful ball.
Yeah, she puts the middles under pressure, and the links are just, oh, do I hit, do I stay out? And then it's too late. They're just too much space for us, so, yep.
So we have to apologise to the viewers at home that just saw Mickey O, one of Touch Football Australia's, snuck into the box, gets his melon on TV, looking for his 5 minutes of fame. And Harry from Couriers Please, we've got to give a big shout out as well. Couriers Please coming on board with Touch Football Australia just recently. It's a new sponsor. We thank them for supporting our sport.
Did you know that our high performance manager used to own a Couriers Please run?
Wayne Grant?
Yep.
Fair income.
Yep. He used to own a Couriers Please run through Brisbane. I think it was at your way, the Redlands way. He used to deliver Couriers Please. Wayne Grant speaking. Yep.
Right. So he's gone from Couriers Please to high performance manager of Touch Football Australia. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Where was the recruitment process in that?
I don't know.
Unbelievable. Mate. So it's going to be the South Queensland Sharks who will progress to the Women's Open final. Just way too comprehensive over the Sydney Rebels. They get the win 8-1, and probably shapes up to be a really entertaining Women's Open final. If we think the Scorpions got up over the CQ Bulls this afternoon, two top teams are probably going to make their way through to the final.
Congratulations to the Sharks. They're just a class above the opposition today. But Rebels should be proud of their efforts for the Carnival. Look, they were... not many people thought they'd get this far, and they've performed throughout the Carnival. Consistency. They were outclassed in that game, but credit to them for making this far. They've played well, and they've, considering they've got a lot of veterans, but they've also got some kids at their first major tournament, first major nationals, and a couple of 16-year-olds. So I hope they're not too disheartened by what they did for the Carnival, because they've performed well. But onwards and upwards for Sharks. It'll be a good game. I think we're thinking Scorpions would win over there. So if that's the case, then it should be a cracking final, Scotty.
So congratulations to the South Queensland Sharks. They've progressed through to the Women's Open final. Stay tuned. We've got our first Men's Open semi-final coming up. Another Queensland derby. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Central Queensland Bulls versus South Queensland Sharks. We're coming back really soon.
Thanks, Scotty.
And we are back, CX Stadium at Men's Open semi-final time, and another Queensland derby, CQ Bulls versus the South Queensland Sharks. This is going to be a huge match. Tony Trad's with me in commentary. Tony, got to be pumped for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great game. Two of Queensland's finest. Wondering what the weather conditions are going to do, how that's going to affect the style of play of both teams, but it's showtime. It's semi-final time.
She's on here. It's the Bulls that have got the early running as Moore just throws it out there to Harrison Griffin. Fifth touch here now. Griffin rolls the ball. Moore rips it out to Bob. They throw it back on the inside, just batting it away and falls down in front of Mal Kenny. So the Sharks hold off first set. Let's see how they come up out of their line.
Yeah, not a bad start by CQ Bulls there. I think I want to see the Sharks have ball playing yesterday, playing in front of the line. I wonder if the weather conditions will have an impact on whether they ball play or whether they keep the ball on the ground and run. They've got both skills. CQs have a very nice structure in their defence, so really hard to pick a winner in this one.
So Russell driving in for Pride. Pride throws it out, and Harrison Griffin just gets his hands on the ball. So they've got another 6 touches here, South Queensland.
Yep, starting from the middle platform.
So Norman now directing traffic.
Setting up for Connor. Fake ML, two-step. Got numbers here. Well executed. Well executed. So they faked the two-step for Connor. CQ overread that. Went back against the grain to the left edge. And then back again to the right. Very well done, the Sharks.
Opening try to the Sharks as the rain just looks like it's getting a little bit heavier here at the moment as well. So as Tony said, that might play a little bit of effect of how these two teams go about it, but I think a little bit of rain's going to stop them from going ahead too much.
Well, it's not going to dampen their enthusiasm, that's for sure.
Oh, classic trad comedy.
Starting already.
Zanetti, he's got space.
2 minutes, we're into the dad jokes. 2 minutes.
No. So another set of 6 here to the Bulls. South Queensland just getting their hands on that ball there. Thrown out over the side, and Zanetti turns it in. Benbow is on the field now. Zanetti gets it again. Running nice and hard early on, David Zanetti. Benbow working with Hughes. Zanetti sniffing around the back. Here he comes. He's sweeping. Hughes, he just takes on the line, throws it nice and early. Stanhope. Nice touch there from Michael Singh.
He's been very good defensively. In fact, he's been very good at all defence and offence, Michael Singh. Read that very well. Here comes the Rooster play. Long to the wing, that won't work, but the tap back inside might, and it does.
So they've hit back here. Really nicely executed try there from the CQ Bulls. We're back level, 1-1.
Very good hands. There's the Rooster. Throws long. Nice work. Under these conditions, that was made to look simple, but the wet conditions, that was very, very good work. And a touchdown there to Talis Stanhope.
So Jesse Curtis with the ball now. And Connor moves into half. Lewis McAllister dishes to Love. Just dancing around Jaden Love. Nice defence though. They get up and shut him down. He's with the ball again here. McAllister in the half to Connor. Goes left to right, just looping up. Curtis goes the big bat on, but can't connect.
Yeah, just put enough early pressure there, CQ, so Connor couldn't get the flat ball. Had to arc it. Didn't get enough on it to get to the wing. Good defensive pressure there by the CQ Bulls. They'll go to their box now, get some fresh legs, which is going to be important in these heavy conditions. No, Zanetti needs to keep the flow going through the middle, which he does to Moore.
Yep.
Very nice.
Bob in the half just takes off, dancing around, looking to connect. Referees are happy that the Sharks held their line, so change over there.
Just had to back himself there. Just had to take on Jesse Curtis for speed. As soon as he jinked, he allowed Jesse just to get back the required 7 metres.
So driving down their right-hand side now as Norman comes onto the field. He's got the ball back again, gives it to Tom Ma, who drives in. Norman's in the half. Looks to go short to Ma. Ma can't connect. But there's a penalty coming here. Offside penalty given. So more pressure coming onto the CQ Bulls line here as the Sharks make changes at the same time.
Corey Russell. I think he could be effective in these conditions, getting him one-on-one. That's 2 penalties.
Interesting there. That's the second one. We're not too sure what that was
not
for.
sure.
But they're on notice here, the Bulls. They can't give another one away in this area. They could be a man down as Pride sweeps around the back, looks to get down low. But good defence there. I think that was Bob making the touch. Didn't really have to move too far to make that touch.
I don't mind that play, but I'd like to see that for Russell because I just think he has that footwork, that short footwork where he leads you in left and right. That's 3.
They're going to be down one here.
Yep.
Off he goes. So
now that's not moving forward at a reasonable pace. So Stanhope, I think it is.
Jamin Bob,
Jamin Bob, my apologies, has gone to the corner, 6v5. Sharks need to use their speed men here.
They dish early out to Pride. Russell feeds it to Norman.
Norman will orchestrate this. Should be down for love and then to get around Russell. There it is, down for love, around Russell, 1-on-1, touchdown.
Oh, he spilled his lollies, Pete Norman. Oh, cheeky little grin. You don't see that too often.
Well, this is, so that's a wet ball that's come off his wet shirt and spilled his lollies. That's why he keeps his shirt off. That's why he leaves his shirt off as much as he can so he can get grip.
There needs to be a real change made real quick now so he can get that number 3 jersey off.
Anybody that knows Peter Norman will know exactly what he's thinking right now, and it is not for public listening.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball gone through, and the Bulls fans are going off in the crowd. Lovely last pass. It just gets through Jacob Hall's hands by the look of it as the replay comes up.
Turnaround. Go, release the edge. No need to come in, I don't believe, there on the winger for the Sharkies. I'm not sure if that was Bailey SA, was it? Because it looked like they were sliding to put enough pressure on the CQ Bulls. The inside had recovered, released the edge. He put enough pressure on, but he needed to stay out. What a 2-touchdown turnaround that is.
Absolutely. Great comeback from the CQ Bulls. We're still early on in the first half here. We're coming up to the 7-minute mark as Curtis is sweeping around the back. He gets the ball, looks to go down low.
Yeah.
Nice touch made there. Jack Leonard.
I don't mind these plays. I just think they're down for the wrong people. It's why down for Jesse Curtis. I would love to see the difference. What I'm trying to point out here is that on the sweeper, Corey Russell runs a tighter angle on the sweep. He straightens up and he squares the shoulders up of the defender and he leans you out and in. So once he leans you out, he gets you on the in and vice versa because his footwork, his short footwork is very, very good. Where the others are more, they're more lateral or they're more forward. This will be 6 to go. So once they take that line, that's the only line they can take. Pride, Love, and Curtis. They play one line and then it's just about speed. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Yeah, picked up there from Tony Trad, and the referees, they do not miss it either.
Jesse Curtis there, I think it is.
So Hughes with the ball. Into half he goes. It's Marshall Cooper.
Sweeper here.
Cooper Marshall, I should say. With the number 12 on his back. Yeah, Marinan looking to sweep around.
They're looking for Marinan on sweep. They won't get it here.
Turns back against Grain.
Great read.
Good footwork from Kenny.
Yeah, it's good defence.
Jordan Watts out here.
Yeah, great defence. Just took them too long to set it up, so they gave the Sharks an indicator of what was coming.
Damon Moore left to right.
Forward. That's forward.
Or forward pass called. So, penalty there.
Yep. That's forward and good positioning by Jacob Watts, and you could tell the ball had to be forward to beat him because his positional play was fantastic. Better though, there were a few holes opened up on that left to right. That might be a way that the CQs need to look at a little bit later on. Had the defence stretched.
So, change over here. They really are
off the mark,
letting them into the game over the last 5 or so minutes, the Sharks. Blake Moore with Bob, gets the ball back. Moore takes him on. Yeah, he goes back off the right foot. He's working his way into half again. Gives it to Bob. Back to Moore. Yeah, what's the call here?
I
ball
love
down.
That call.
Yeah, got to have emphasis on holding the footy in that place. You want to roll it nice and close to the line.
I totally agree with that call. There was not excessive in the touch by Norman. Moore wasn't strong enough in the ruck. He wasn't even halfway down there. So I think that's a very good call. And a cheap turnover, unfortunately, for the Bulls. See if the Sharks can now come back.
Ball down there as well.
That's the conditions.
That's a really good defensive set there from
Yep.
CQ. They put the pressure on. Zanetti, instrumental in that, coming up out of the line and cutting the time and space down from the Sharks. And he's got the ball again here, Zanetti. Just goes over the mark, comes back a bit. Kenny fires it back to Zanetti. They just take it out to the left edge, gives them a chance to bring some substitutions onto the field.
Yeah, pretty much dead set, though. They haven't really punched here, and the Sharks have been able to get up into the line. So,
Yeah, well covered there.
Yeah.
They came out to this open side, but they were well covered for numbers in defence.
yeah, that was disappointing for mine. You got the ball just over your side halfway, and they really need to punch into that middle third and didn't. You could see for almost touch 3 it was going nowhere unless the Sharks made a mistake. We've got an injury here.
That's Corey Russell. I think that's down on the ground.
Yep.
They just pull up play.
And you know he doesn't go down easy.
No. He looks a bit ginger.
Yep.
See as the replay comes up here, just gets caught down in the
Oh,
ruck.
right ankle. I think he's rolled on his right ankle there, says Dr. Trad.
I've got a feeling he's going to be back out.
Yeah, he's a tough man.
So Connor goes left to right, dips down in front of Hall. They turn the ball over again, the Sharks.
Yeah, Connor Palmatato, they're going to that left edge.
So let's see how CQ come out of their line here. They're happy to shift the ball early on.
Yep.
Zanetti sweeps around the back. Griffin. Kenny moves in the half. Looks to link up. It's Benbow who takes it forward now. Moranen onto the field. Marshall. Nice and straight. Kenny. Oh, that's Hughes.
Yeah, like it again. Like that decision again. That would have been the cheapest 6 to go. I'm glad to see referees understanding that he's not intentionally playing at the ball there. Another poor set for mine from the CQ.
Yeah, they only just got over the halfway
Yep.
line in the end.
Just lacking some flow. I'd like to see the Sharks just put away the long balls for a moment. Like I said, run those roosters, those short balls. Run the sweepers. Just shorten their game up a little bit. For mine, at the moment, this is not the game for Connor Palmatato at the moment. See, too lateral. See what I'm saying about Love? They've got to straighten up. So for me, I'll be looking at Pride, Norman, to go from half direct, maybe into a phase. I'd be looking for, as I said earlier, Corey Russell on the sweep because he straightens up. So let's see. They're going to get an opportunity here. Let's see.
Yeah, forward pass must have been off the ruck, picked up from the referees.
All right, so we've got Pride on, we've got Norman, and here comes Russell. Peter Norman will orchestrate it. Let's see if he can come up with the right play.
So they just take their time to reset a little bit. They've got touches up their sleeve to be able to do it. Russell
Rooster.
goes down. Norman looks to go short
Short
to Love.
phase, that's the play. So that kind of play, but a bit further out, that's a much better play for them. They just took too long to set it up.
Here goes Norman again. Just gasses towards the in-goal area. Now, Moore's missed the
And
touch.
that's
They
it.
look to get down low, but he
Ooh.
recovers on the second effort.
And we've got
Now,
a penalty he's going to be. I'm going to think there's a penalty here to the Sharks because the CQ defenders have got their arms out in a blocking motion. And that's yeah, there you go. So it's not actually a hold. Otherwise, it'd be a sin bin, but it's a block. But see Norman from half? That's how they've got to play. I think that's the way that they have to go against this team with these conditions.
So Russell sweeping around the back. They go away from him to Pride. Short ball here. Oh, that was the...
Good read.
Yeah,
But that was on.
that was on for sure.
Bailey Essay, wasn't it?
Yeah, great touch there from Bailey.
But a lot of space. So they can see that that's on now.
Do they look to go the same play again?
Yeah.
This time they go over the top, big
Yeah.
looping pass, so they're able to adjust and recover.
Yeah, gave that away because they were way too far over the 50 this side to open the space up. So they knew they were coming back against the grain.
Norman. Oh, poor old Corey Russell cannot
God.
take a trick. He is legitimately down in the in-goal area. He's dazed. He's taken a
concussed.
Falcon as well. He's got...
Oh, they've done it again. CQ Bulls have turned the ball over again.
So shooting themselves in the foot here.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's Corey Russell. Absolutely in Disneyland. Oh, he has been
the best
knocked
Falcon
out.
you'll ever see.
He's still in trouble here, actually, to be like
Oh, yeah, he's
on
down.
it. He's in the corner, so that's a fair shot. It hurts, mate.
Yeah.
You're that close getting the ball thrown at you, Melon.
Yeah.
That hard. We've seen players in the
pass.
NRL being knocked out before.
I'm not sure if he'll come back on. If there's concussion, there's protocols.
You're going to have a look at it.
He looks like he's all right.
Yeah, so he's got a sore foot. Now he's got a sore head.
I mean, he's still limping. They can't afford to lose him.
No, he's one of their best for sure. So the Bulls, just got to hold the ball and just get back to the simple stuff here, and this is going to help them.
Yep.
Penalty here, offside.
So there's a momentum change right there. So finally, it's been a long time since the CQ Bulls have had a shot down this end of the field. So let's see what they come up with.
Bembo's directing traffic at the moment. He moves into half to Zanetti. It's 2-1 that the CQ Bulls lead over the South Queensland Sharks. Men's Open semi-final here. Zanetti sweeping around the back, comes off his left foot. Yeah, they've got a 2-on-1. Yeah. Beautiful finish as well in the corner. Great work from Zanetti to sweep around there. They summed the situation up. Nice finish in the end from Braden Hegarty.
Very loose at link. Good position there. No need at all for Connor Parmatato to come in. Connor doesn't. He needs to stay out there. That's the play for CQ. So CQ really need to hit those links. I think that's where the Sharks are looking vulnerable. And what about that? They have not had a shot up that end of the field for so long. They get up there, and it goes to 3-1.
As Mar comes off the right foot.
That's it. Be more direct. So the Sharks got to be a bit more direct. CQ have to be a bit lateral to the outside links.
So Mar again to Love. Just flies it out. It's just not on there, is it?
It's not. Why are you running a passive? What would tell you that a passive is on? If you notice there, the winger was straight in on it. Like straight in on it.
Intensity is lifting here from the Bulls. They come in off, but the error, penalty again. So it can be quite a psychological thing, can't it, when you've had all the possession down the other end, can't score, the other team picks it up, goes down the other end and puts one on you straight away.
Yeah. It's just about strategy too. I mean, I don't understand why that's a penalty as well.
It's getting a bit sloppy here from the Sharks.
Yep.
James Devere giving the penalty away.
That's, is that 2?
Yeah, that's 2.
That's fine. Get at him, Sharks. That's good. Nice sweep here, CQ.
Yeah, Marshall come around, shows it
Got
goes,
him.
comes
Got
off the
him.
right foot. Wow, beautiful. I think it just got, might be James Devere again, and it's looking a bit rough in there, and he's got his foot planted.
Yeah.
And the replay coming up here. Have a look at the foot. Bang!
That's what I was talking about in these conditions. That's what Corey Russell needs to do. You need to tight, straighter line on the sweep, straighten them up so their shoulders are square, the weight's on the back foot, and then you can lean them one way or the other. He leaned him out and he fell over.
Beautiful footwork. Nice try there from Marshall. Russell, he's back on the field. Nothing's going to keep him down. Beautiful pass off the deck as well.
They're up, CQ now. Well, they are enthusiastic. With their line D just getting up. They have to stop going lateral, the Sharks.
So we're under 2 minutes until the halftime break.
Error.
Oh, play on is the call. Yeah, Corey Russell was trying to convince the referee that he'd missed something there.
I think he did. I think Jaden Bembo, I think it was Jaden, has dropped that one, little sneaky little bobble, but he got away with it. That's better in the middle third.
Yeah, nice
That's
dish.
better. That's down.
That's down. So Russell again, the man.
Good man. He's still busted. Look at him.
Yeah, he's hobbling out there. They bring it out to the left edge. Watch,
That's
an error
ball.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it too.
Yeah.
So good contact.
Yeah, Mal Kenny's got nice and strong in the ruck. That's fair enough. Well, CQ need to just slow down here. Blake Moore will do that for them. Run the clock down a bit. Get a final shot at him.
So Moore. Bob goes in from half. Looks on the inside
Trailer,
play.
good read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse Curtis onto that one.
Yeah, Jesse Curtis, Peter Norman, good read.
Moore again. Just jumping around. His brother
Out,
goes
ball
into
short.
half. Fires it out. That's a beautiful ball from Damon Moore.
Wow.
And they are putting it to the Sharks now. It's 5 tries to 1 over South Queensland. Here the Bulls. Look at this ball.
Oh, nice. What about the hole? We won't get another replay, but I'll tell you what, if you can have a look at the guide, I don't even know as I missed it, but the middle, that punched the hole, what a wonderful unders line, which just dragged that link all the way in and gave them all the space. I know, Damon, that's a massive ball and a great touchdown, but that middle, that's how you have to do it. So many times that middle doesn't punch. I don't know. Oh,
Nice hit back.
hit back.
Yeah, nice line run there from Lewis McAllister, but off the back of a nice left to right pass. I think it was Love who fired it in. No, it was your man Connor P here. Beautiful line. So they open up CQ right before half-time. So that's going to help the Sharks, but it's still quite a decent margin. They go into the half-time breakdown. It's CQ leading 5 tries to 2 over the Sharks.
Disappointing that last one because the Sharks middle didn't punch. Jesse Curtis didn't punch the hole, so there was no need for the link to hit, but he hit for no reason, and that's programmed into people. And that's unfortunately given the Sharks a touchdown, unfortunately for CQ. But here's what it does. I think that gives the Sharks a chance now. I think now mentally they think we're a chance. We're in this game. We get the next one, it's game on. At 5-1, the strategy of the game, the mental part of the game, you know, you really got to work hard. At 5-2, it's definitely game on.
So it might be a chance. They score right on the half-time hooter there, but they're down by 3. CQ going to the half-time break. 5 tries to 2 up over South Queensland. We're going to be back with the second half of this Men's Open semi-final very shortly. And welcome back to CX Stadium here. We're not too far from getting the second half underway between the Sharks and the CQ Bulls. It's the Bulls that are leading 5-2 over the Sharks in this match, but it'll be the Sharks that get us underway. They got a try right on the halftime break, so they'll be looking to get another one here, Traddy, as well, and really continue that momentum from that last try.
Yeah, if they're next to score, then they'll build some confidence and they'll be game on. Oh.
Ooh.
Not from that.
Not going to get through there.
No, but round the back door wasn't a bad option there, but at least they played a bit straighter. They need to play a bit straighter.
So Love, Norman, Goes from half.
Oh, my God.
Almost gets it back.
They're going to knock each other out.
Corey Coral Russell is having flashbacks in the box going, oh, that's happening again.
Oh, gosh.
At least it wasn't his melon on the line this time. Poor Jaden Love
Yeah.
just managed to get his way out of that. But
Conditions are tough out here, and so for wherever you are in the world watching this, maybe Italy having a pizza or something like that, it is not easy here.
they turn the ball over. Marinan not able to hold that one on, but there wasn't really much going on for him if he did.
No. That's been their downfall, I feel, the CQ Bulls, is their flow in the middle third hasn't been great. When it's good, they're good. I think they're much happier being set and the game slowed down in attack for them. Well, this is what I see the Sharks do more, come from flow. Oh, catch it. So the Sharks need really good flow and not slow it down for mine.
Yep.
And control that middle third. The CQ Bulls, they just need to maintain possession and then get on the line and get set, because they are very much about set plays. They run them really well. They're thinking. They're a thinker team. Sharks, they're a running team. They're a speed team.
So Zanetti just taking the meters on
So you
offer.
can see there, they're not. There's no power driving here. They're just taking yards, and so they come up with nothing really. They're not going to really have someone from half that can just absolutely gas you unless you make a defensive error. But you give them possession, they'll make you pay.
DeVere just going up through the middle.
Oh.
He thought that they were offside,
Yeah,
but
he
he's
just
got to
got
get
to
it
get
down.
it down.
Don't you? Yeah.
Curtis is looming around the right, and then they've lost their flow again.
So Curtis driving in. It's Connor goes
Right
to
to
right, the
left.
left this
No.
side, dips down.
No. And you don't. And even if that was even half a chance, it's not going to be, because they lost the drive.
Yep.
So the defence can mark up. The defence can get set. Connor loses the flow.
So the ball's Bembo, just turns it away, goes to Assay. So they're attacking. Oh, there's a mistake there. Jaden Bembo puts her hands up. Sorry, boys.
Experienced player. He'll look to make up for that.
So changes here. Norman and Love back on the field. And Mar's just happy to burn a touch there. As Norman drives in to Mar. Penalty coming here from referee Baggio.
Yeah, they're rolling. I think that's what Dave Baggio's telling. It looks like Blake Moore there. You're rolling. Need you to move forward in a positive manner. That's what they're doing.
So Norman gets the ball
Better.
back, tries
Better.
to take
Much
them
better.
on. Yeah.
Much better.
And Jaden Love, nice line as well. It was just the speed of Norman, subbed it up beautifully. Good final pass as well. Nice try there from the Sharks.
That's it. Just to open side quickie, play a bit shorter, get them one-on-one. Then you can hit a short ball to link. Much better.
Yeah, nice finish from Love as well. Came off the right foot at the same time as he caught the ball. Slid under just to get inside the winger.
And now it's 5-3. And that try on half-time was significant.
Marinen's got him shot here, I think, Michael Singh. He made it
Made
onside.
it onside.
Plans to call Blake Moore. So the margin's down to 2 now. But the Bulls,
That's not 6 to go.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
mate, referees are doing good in this game.
Just the game sense. The game sense. Just common sense. When he was in a position, his hands aren't there. Just because it hits him, he's not playing at the ball. The CQ bloke has passed the ball blind. So I like that decision again.
Penalty again here.
And they're consistent. This is the thing I'm going to say. All these three refs, Kim Skelly, Brett Freshwater, Dave Baggio, are reffing with the same consistency.
To see as Pride just pulls it back, dishes out to Connor. Now it's going to be ball down as well.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, got kind of touched upright and tried to get the ball down on the ground.
Yep.
Drops it in the process.
Yep.
Change over.
Yep.
Marinan.
Oh, wow.
It's getting a bit tense in here. Oh, the boys. Adam Pride getting a handful of Mal Kenny.
Yep.
Queensland Men's Open teammates.
Yep. A little bit too physical there, Pride. Hands a little bit high. I think Dave Badger's got the penalty right. But no need for Kenny to go on with it because he's got the penalty.
So replay here coming up, Tony.
Yeah. See, Pride's grabbed him by the jersey. But Kenny's got to be careful. He's got the penalty. You don't want to turn it around.
So the boys getting a little antsy here. No love lost between these two teams.
Yeah.
Penalty now to the Bulls. Leonard taking the tap. Marshall back to Leonard, just working between themselves. Leonard again off the right foot. He was the one that got that nice right foot step try, so he tries it again, but the defence is onto him this time, and it was Jimmy DeVere who he whacked in the first half, but recovers there.
Sweeper.
Now he's in trouble. Jimmy Pride putting his hand up, but the referees are saying that they're happy that the ball was down first.
So to see this, Adam Pride got off the line. Did he get off the line enough? That looks like the ball's gone down underneath him. Let's see. Good sweep.
Oh, he got real low.
Oh, yeah. He did get low. He did get low.
So put that margin back out again.
They needed that.
Yeah, they did, because it's been all Sharks.
Yeah, I felt they got a bit, I think they lost their flow. They got a bit edgy, the CQ Bulls. And even that touchdown wasn't like a really well-constructed, patient touchdown. They got it. They got a break there, in my opinion.
Now they're in trouble here again. Yeah, Dave Marr. One of the middle defenders there for the CQ just slipped in the drive coming into the line as well.
Yeah, open side quick again. And speaking of Dave Marr, we missed the Marr brothers. We were talking about brothers the other day.
Yes.
Tricia Mann and I in the commentary. Peter Norman, Novely. That's a replay of the one before, so if it's not broken, don't fix it. They'll just keep running that until the CQ Bulls work out a way to stop it.
Yep. 6-4 now. So back down to 2 tries, the difference. As Hughes sweeps around the back, tries to take on Russell, feeds it back to Zanetti. They just readjust here, out to Blake Moore. So moving the ball around here, the Bulls, big dummy from Zanetti. Damon Moore comes in, comes off the right foot, just pulls back.
I think the Sharks have the ascendancy at the moment. I really do. I sense there's a shift in momentum. The scoreboard is CQ, but the game flow is Sharks at the moment.
Last touch,
Need more.
Blake Moore juggled. Oh, made the touch at the same time as he picked that one off.
Yep. So we need, you need the CQ Bulls. They need the Moore boys here, Jaden Bembo, Dave Zanetti, their experienced players, just to calm them down and get back to their structures and be patient. Sharks, they always play on the edge, so they don't mind a game like this. This is normal for them, and they can smell blood in the water. The Sharks, pardon the pun, but I like it.
Oh, yes. You could hear the gasp in the crowd in front of us. That was the chance to just get his hands to juggle that ball.
That's
nice little bump ball.
And then he kicks it on the way through.
Gives the penalty away.
The 7-tackle set. It's gone dead in goal. That's an error, and that's minus 4 points on Supercoach.
Oh, the Supercoach again.
Yeah, and that's an error.
Ball down too.
That's an error.
Yep, straight onto it, the referees.
When are they got to work it out. The Sharks are very strong and physically in the ruck. Get down early. Don't contest the ruck with the ball. Keep the ball away from them. Just slow down and get good ball on the ground. They've done it to them 3, 4, 5 times.
Yep.
They're in such a hurry.
Peter
Norman, take your shirt off.
Get it off.
Get the shirt off, Norman.
Wow. 2,
Wow.
that's twice, yeah.
Goodness me.
So it's slippery out there.
It is. I wonder in Malaysia if I can just paint an Australian jersey on him.
Well, you might need to. Different conditions. Won't be overcast, but the sweat that you're going to have to deal with is going to be another problem.
Yep. He'd take his shirt off in Antarctica. Don't worry about Malaysia. This guy.
So last touch here now. Moore, they've got him on the back foot. Michael Singh, I don't think he's going to go the full distance, but a diving touch made there.
Great read, though. He misses that. It's big numbers, 2v1.
Now, referees are coming back here.
Offside.
Yeah, offside play.
What's happened there is we've got a call that they never got on the line, so it's offside. That's come from the linesman, no doubt. Now, they got to calm down here. Just calm down and go back to their structures. That's better. That's better.
On the inside, Bob gets it down. It's still play on.
Winger for a try.
Yeah, they throw it in. Called it.
Go.
Yeah, beautiful play.
More.
Well called there. Referees are happy. Just having a bit of a chat to the Sharks players.
I don't think there's any problem with that.
Just lobs it out there, Damon Moore, but they were shot to pieces on their left-hand side.
Beautiful strike dump under plenty of pressure. They were just making sure there. I think it was Bob with the strike dump. Well, no, it was Taylor Stanhope, my apologies. And that was a great dump under heavy traffic. Just making sure that was okay. But calm down, went back to their structures, more involved. Touchdown.
10 to go here. Down by 3 again, the Sharks. Big ball from Pride.
Yeah.
Well covered there. Bailey Assay.
Go back to the open side quickie. Sharks. It's worked 2 out of 2. Every time they've scored, you've gone to it and got one back.
Russell in the half. goes short. Can't find him. Trad with the hands in the air. Frustration.
Yeah, they scored CQ Bulls to have a good lead. They go back out. They're on an open side quickie. Get Norman one-on-one. Gas him, hit short for link to get back into it. CQ will score again. Sharks go back from the tap off, run exactly the same play with the same people and get back into it. CQ score again and the Sharks go to a lateral ball play. How come? How come?
I can't answer that question for you. I'm sorry. I can't. But the Bulls have turned it over. The Sharks here. They got to get back in. Will they listen to Tony Trad on this set?
No.
Norman's on the ball. He's on the field, I should say. Curtis is as well. Dishes to Dave Maher. Here we go. Norman's in the half. They go the Rooster play. Curtis goes against him, takes him on one-on-one.
No,
now, there's a big protest here, but that was a try for all money from what we could see.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure what Marshall was complaining about there, Cooper Marshall.
So get the middle, one-on-one. Play shorter, play straighter. They got him one-on-one. Very nice dummy because, of course, they thought the Roosters on. Fake, good heads-up play. They're back in the game.
Big play from Jesse Curtis there, the young fella. Shows his individual brilliance. And he stays on the field for this set as well. Went up and made that first touch. James Sevier does the same now as Moore's working with Bob. Brother Damon Moore out on the right-hand link at the moment, but they just work it in the middle. Stanhope, he gets around this time. Blake Moore, penalty here. Forward pass, I think. Yep, that's given from referee Freshwater. Singh, it's just up the steady as she goes for Michael Singh. He does a really good job getting the boys forward as Jimmy DeVere does the same thing here. So they can smell a little bit of an opportunity. The Sharks, you can feel that they're really picking the pace up now as they're moving up through the field. Now, ball down.
Jaden Love. There's plenty of time on the clock. They get the next one, Sharks. If they get within one, look out.
You know they've got points in them.
Absolutely.
So the Bulls, they're just taking it forward as well. Same from Zanetti. Nice run into the line from Leonard. They fired out the back to Zanetti. He just couldn't quite get his hands onto that ball to get a decent
It's not on, mate.
pass out.
It's not the play that's on.
So let's see the Sharks come out of their end. McAllister with the ball. Dishes. They're going down there. Substitution box, side of the field. Tom Maher. Norman. Ball down.
Good work by Mal Kenny. I'll tell you why that's good work. He got in a good position. He thought intercept, and then he realised he was just not quite there, and at the last minute, pulled his hand away to stop a 6 to go and still made the touch, force a turnover.
Zanetti down the sideline, just head down, bum up.
Yep.
Got a little push. Doesn't mind having a little bit of a chat on the way down as well.
Yeah. They're no good in the middle third. They need to do something about that.
Hughes gets caught from half.
What do we got here?
Yeah.
Somebody's given the referee a little bit of a lip here on positive. Oh, he's got him for 7. Let's see where the penalty is. 7 on.
There you go.
7 on. They're
Good pick up.
really struggling there. Maybe they need to change it up. Maybe shift the ball a little bit.
Yep.
Get it away from the traffic area so the Sharks can't rush up on them.
Out in front of Norman, feeds it.
Great work, Kenny. Like, that was a good play. That was on, but Kenny just read it. I'm going to say for maybe the 5th time on this call, I just don't think the passive link is on because these wingers are reading it. They're putting enough pressure in wet conditions that it's very, very hard for that passive link to catch it and get it away.
So 2 big defensive plays from Mal Kenny out there on the right edge. He's doing the hard yards. He's been on the field for quite some time as Damon Moore just trudges up. Brother Blake gets the ball, turns it into Bob. Damon's moving into half now. He's going to go left to right. Looks to go short to his brother. Yeah. Good defence.
That's better, but short.
He's a little bit ginger here, Blake.
Yep.
Referees just pull it up. He gets back into the line. They're going to go back onto the attack now, the Sharks. Pride goes across the face of
Kenny,
Norman.
Good job, got up, took away the space.
Jacob Hall into half. Singh just nice and steady. Forward again. James DeVere. Russell, is he going to go? He's in a half now. There's no one really there to fire
Kenny.
up to. He's picked it off again now, Kenny. Big 5 minutes for
There's a bit of
Mount
argy-bargy
Kenny.
going on.
What's going on here?
Corey
Something
Russell's
off the
got a
ball.
no-touch here. He's got a no-touch on Jamin Bob. Using all his experience. He's a good player, this kid. And he's got that one on Jamin Bob and forced a turnover. This is a big moment. 4.5 minutes. If they get within one, if the Sharks get one here, sweeper Russell.
Love tries to take him on himself.
Give it to Corey. Not sweep. I want to see it once. Just once. Let's see what happens.
Singh goes against. Goes in. Oh, there you go.
Right in the
We've seen
middle.
that. No, the referees, I think, are going to pull it back.
Oh,
and
no.
they're going to march him as well. I
Because
think
he's
there might have
kicked
been
the
a back
ball
chat
away.
now. The referees pulled the play up here.
Yeah.
This might be...
Michael Singh, I think, has had something to say.
Yeah, this could be worse. They might. Hopefully they don't lose a play here, South Queensland.
No, I think it's fine.
Yeah, he's calling him
Yeah.
out. He's calling Michael Singh out.
Yeah, he's fine. He's too experienced, Dave Badjo, to let a decision like that. Yeah, he's called the pass from Michael Singh forward. So he's given the referee a serve Singh there on the pass, running the middle. And as a result, he's marched them 10. And now the CQ Bulls need to be smart here. Mitch Smith, coach, needs to use the clock, slow the tempo down, play short. That's okay.
Just time off the clock there.
Mm-hmm.
Throws it into the first row of the grandstand. Does Hughes. So I've got a lot of work ahead of him here. The Sharks, they're still down by 2.
That's a big moment. It's a beautifully run play.
Oh, it opened up. It's the second time we've seen it on the live stream. They ran it in one of the round games or quarterfinals, I think it was.
I'm pretty sure they called it forward then too.
Yeah, correct. So Curtis.
Last touch.
Yeah, took a while for Connor P to get in.
Oh,
Dips
did he
down.
touch it? Did he touch it?
Yeah, he's going to call it.
Harrison Griffin saying I didn't. Kim Skelly saying you did. Telling Mixing, calm down, boys. You've got the 6 to go. Sorry, he's telling Adam Pride, you've got the 6 to go. And for me, this is the set of 6 that may well decide the game. CQ hold on here, they'll win the game, in my opinion.
He's just sweep for Russell. But he comes against Grain, dishes back to Pride.
Mm-hmm.
Solid so far, CQ on their line.
They've got to get up off the line, though. I don't like how they're sitting back.
Connor holds. This is just more seconds off the clock for the Bulls.
Yeah, I'd be rushing the line. I'd be rushing the line right now because they're just letting them set up. Fake sweep, I'd say. Yep, fake sweep left to right. Good read.
Penalty coming here.
Oh, repeat set. Well, they're not going to mind that either. The
Yep.
CQ Bulls won't mind that because that's taking time off the clock. Because no matter what happens here, if they score the Sharks, CQ will get the ball, get a possession and get it down the other end, not necessarily to score.
Russell.
That's what I wanted to see. More of that. He's hurt, Russell. He's really playing injured on that ankle. They should have seen more of that.
So Love now. Norman's moving in half, gives it to Love. Does he get in underneath?
Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah,
does.
yep.
Right, here we go. She's all on.
Nah,
Not enough time.
not enough time. Unless a CQ plays silly, they take their time, they hold the ball, they put it in the left-hand corner, and then that means that the Sharks have to come out with flow and go from half. And if they feel that they're going from half, they'll give away a penalty, say on touch 3 or 4 midfield, set their line, and it'll be one touch and it's over. That's how you play the game right now. So let's see what they do. Sweep. Dive at the line, young man. That's it.
Called it.
That's just running the clock down. You get a penalty or a playthrough. You're happy. If not, you go back and roll it.
Plenty of chat as well.
Yep. Run it again. Just run exactly the same thing again.
Here we go. Damon throws it.
That's exactly
6 to
what you
go.
don't do. That is exactly what you don't do. You don't pass. You don't give away an intercept. What you do right now is you give away a penalty right now to stop the flow.
So 15 seconds left on the clock. Norman, he's going to go from half here. You know he is. Here he goes.
Boy.
But can he connect? He does! Jesse Curtis! No!
Oh!
6. Oh, huge touch there from Damon Moore as the CQ Bulls go up in the substitution box. That was massive.
What a
from
touch.
Dave Moore. Wow, I thought it was a try for all money.
Absolutely.
Ooh, a game on the line, and the big players, they produce in big moments. Replay here. Gets down low.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And
Totally
Baggio
agree with it.
on the spot, called it straight
Absolutely.
away. And the CQ Bulls have won. They've saved the match on the hooter.
Wow.
They have beaten the South Queensland Sharks 7 tries to 6. And woo, hard pumping on the hooter, mate. It's never over, though, is it? It's never over.
You knew it was coming. As soon as he passed that ball, you dive at the line and you run the clock. As soon as he passed that ball, you knew they were coming out of flow. Norman was going to go with speed. You've got to give away a penalty in the middle third and stop the flow and wind the clock. And you just knew that was coming. It took an outstanding touch from Moore to save the day. Otherwise, we're going to drop off. Who'd want to coach?
Oh, my God. Who'd want to commentate? Oh, we're having heart attacks up here.
Yeah.
CQ Bulls, they progress through the men's open final. Great match against South Queensland. Congratulations to the Sharks. Another good tournament as well. And we've got a grand final coming up. It's the men's 45 grand final coming up. And we'll see the CQ Bulls in the men's open final later on tonight.